best if the Murdochs got with the program, because these cabinet secretaries are going to be the cabinet secretaries. And Matt Gaetz to be as Attorney General, and the team they put around him that's been announced is an amazing team already. And he will be the quarterback. So it's going to happen. So don't try your cute stuff by using your puppets like Kilmeade and Trey Gowdy. Do we have the Trey Gowdy clip? Let's go ahead and play it.
Trey, I had Senator Thru on, the incoming Senate Majority Leader, yesterday, and he basically said, listen, it's not going to be easy. Some of these picks are not going to be easy to get through, but there is this mandate just by the vote that there is a feeling that Republican senators in particular, most of them, want to give the president what he wants. Some of them will be tough.
Yeah, the overwhelming majority of his picks will sail through because they were Grand Slam picks. But to Molly's point, you don't root out corruption at the Department of Justice by picking a corrupt person to lead it. So Matt Gaetz, either the report comes out and he's not going to be the Attorney General, or the report doesn't come out and he's not going to be the Attorney General. I mean, the problem, Brett, is all the good picks, John Lee Ratcliffe, Elise Stefanik, Lee Zeldin, Mike Waltz, all the good picks, nobody's talking about those right now. They're talking about this wild card pick of someone who had to get out of the House to avoid being sanctioned by the House Ethics Committee. That dumbfounding pick is just sucking the oxygen out of all the good ones he made.
So Trey Gowdy, and by the way, he was, to go back in time, on the beginning of the Russia collusion, the Russia hoax, Paul Ryan, who hates Trump, is on the board of Fox, forced Devin Nunes, who was Kash Patel's boss. So the cast of characters over there just said Kash Patel was the lead counsel. The chief investigator and the kind of chief of staff was Colonel Derek Harvey. So we've all worked together for a long time. So you have Kash, you have Derek Harvey, and Devin Nunes, who runs True Trump Media, was the head of the intelligence community, a fantastic guy. He, because he was an ally of ours, was removed by Paul Ryan. He said he had conflict. Recused him. Forced him to recuse. And in the place, he put Trey Gowdy, who was on the committee.
Trey Gowdy sucks.
Against Shifty Shift and Swalwell. And I had the pleasure of spending, 20 hours being grilled by these guys, looking for perjury traps all the time, being grilled. And the worst was Trey Gowdy. He was trying to dig up stuff on Trump. Trey Gowdy is a traitor. He's a horrible person. Perfect person to be the Murdoch's running dog. The question I've got, you talk about the House. Trey Gowdy, you left the House like in the middle of the night as a rising quote-unquote star. You left like in the middle of the night. Why did Trey Gowdy step down? You did not take a judgeship. You did not take a U.S. attorney. You did not take that job. You did not take being a judge. You didn't go to a big law firm to make money. And, why did you leave so quickly? I'm asking for a friend. We'd like to know that. Before you start attacking Gaetz, why did you leave the House? What was it to leave the House? Now, there's lots of rumors about why you left the House. Of course, here at the War Room, we would never traffic in rumors. So we want to hear from you. But you didn't take being a judge, which would be an obvious choice. You didn't check being a U.S. attorney or attorney for the government, which would have been an obvious choice. You didn't take going for a big law firm and getting a payday, right? You kind of put your shingle up, kind of wandered around. Why would anybody do that? So why don't you explain that first, and then we can hear what you got to say about Gaetz. And look at Trey Gowdy. He goes through all the standards. Look, Stefanik's good. Lee Zeldin's all good, but that's standard stock Republican. They're not guys going to bust the system up. They're not players. They're good people. Lee Stefanik, I think, will step up. She did a great job, I think, over the UN, particularly if she gets into the engine room in Geneva. Could be terrific. And, Waltz, they always want to go back to the Republican playback. The Republican Party did not win this election.
Nope.
Donald Trump and MAGA has now increased, and guess what? We got some former ex-Democrats. That's how you get to 2/3 of the country. The Republicans are trying to get you back concentrated so you're always a minority party. We're not going back there. Your guys' days are over of running this. That's why Trump controls the Republican Party, essentially the MAGA party. And the Murdochs got to get through their thick heads. They don't call the shots anymore. You're not shot callers. You hate Trump. You try to stop Trump. Heck, they got a thing in Woodward's book how one of the boys had a fundraiser in October of 22 where we're fighting tooth and nail to take the House or the country's over. They give a fundraiser for the Democrats and have Biden there.
Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, it's corn dog.
Corn Dog, what's going on?
Nothing much. I got some things I need to discuss with you.
What you got?
I was talking to somebody today and I asked them a question. And I had never seen it before. Do you know that it says that the world is, or the earth is round in the Bible?
No, I hadn't seen that where it says Earth round in the Bible.
It does, Jamie.
What verse is it?
It's either Timothy or Isaiah or someone like it. I'm thinking it might be Isaiah.
Isaiah what?
I can't remember. What verse they said. I was going to write it down,
Yeah, you should have wrote it down.
but it says it in the Bible. Someone else, I showed it to me.
They showed it to you, you don't remember what it was?
Like I said, it's either Isaiah or Isaac or Isaiah or Isaac one.
You need to find out where that's at so I can look at it.
If I tell you what, if I look it up, I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
It sure enough does. It sure enough does. I mean, I didn't believe it at first, and when they showed it to me, they was like, if the world is a sphere, the earth is a sphere.
Yeah, I can check that out.
That God created. Yeah. The minute they said that, I thought of you. I was like, I need to call Jamie and tell Jamie that.
Don't call up in here
They showed it to me in the Bible.
spreading no disinformation on here. But yeah, give me the verse what it is. I'll look at it.
Now, let me, I'll get off the phone with you. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, send it to me.
All right.
All right. Thank you there, Corn Dog. That was Moon Man, a.k.a. Corn Dog.
That's in print and never been refuted by the Murdochs. Trey Gowdy, before you start going off my man Gates and the president's man Gates, the next attorney general of these United States, please answer for the audience. Why did you leave so quickly? Why are you not a judge? Why are you not a U.S. attorney? Why didn't you go to Big Law? Why did you just hang a shingle up? Why? Why? You put to bed a lot of the rumors around town of why you left, bro. I'm just asking for a friend. Can you do that? Can the Fox PR department do that? Can we do that first? Can we clean up your mess first before we start going after Gates? Who's going to be, if President Trump's picking, going to...
Valencia floods today. Pray for Spain. Spain's flooding. Floods everywhere all across the world.
For the men of the world. I need to tell you as a conservative Christian woman that your masculinity is not toxic.
That's right.
Our society has been fed a lie, a huge lie, that just because you're a man, you're part of the problem. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That's a lie from the pit of hell. You deserve
Real men
love,
are part of the
respect,
answer.
and appreciation for who you are. And I'm really tired of seeing men
Yeah,
cheat
that was
for it.
a rigged
In
fight.
a world that's trying so
Another
hard to
scripted thing they showed y'all, just like the football games that a lot of y'all be watching tomorrow. It's all scripted.
define what it means to be a man. it's crucial to stand firm. Being strong, protective, and decisive, those are all virtues, not vices. You play an irreplaceable role in your families and your communities. And despite what the far left media propaganda narrative might tell you, your contribution is vital. I promise you, not all women feel
Oh man,
the
you
way
go
that
over
the
to the
media
YouTube side, click
suggests
the
that we
thumbs
do.
up.
Many of us, I'd even venture to say most of us, really actually love and appreciate you for who you are. Your masculinity is a gift from God. That's how He made you.
That's right,
There's
God
nothing
made me
wrong
this
with
way.
it. So let's break this cycle of negativity and embrace the truth. You are not the problem. Your masculinity is not the problem. And together we can change the narrative. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I hope you have a wonderful day with your family. God bless.
Thumbs up, people. Butch, click a thumb. Click a thumb, Butch.
That we're actually living in these sort of civilizational cycles that we really have no control over. They're kind of these hard resets.
Exactly.
Maybe we're headed towards one right now.
And in order
they're hiding it.
And in order to
Hard reset, and it's gonna start out. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be terrible out there. It's gonna be, you're gonna be walking through the cities. It's gonna be like a Mega Man. Cities is gonna be vacant except for the cannibalistic underground dwellers that are roaming the streets in the middle of the night, searching you out, smelling your blood. Are you pure blood? Yep. I didn't take no jab.
cover it up, they blocked all knowledge of the binary star companion so that that whole cycle would not be understood.
That's insane.
Is it though?
I don't know. I mean, I need to.
If there was an
diligence
asteroid,
the details.
and I'm not saying this in an apocalyptic way, because I would actually, the next part of this is we should talk about how I believe we may be able to prevent that.
Okay.
But what I mean is, if governments knew about a giant asteroid coming towards the Earth or a comet, would they tell everybody?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Widespread panic.
Sure.
Complete society collapsing.
So, and you're of the opinion that this dead star is headed towards the sun now.
Yes.
And so, do you have, based on your
cycles of what we see in ice cores throughout Antarctica and Greenland of a consistency?
And what's your model of how much time we have left based on that?
We're right in it right now.
About 12 days. I'd say about 12 days.
So,
very interesting.
Like that right there. That's what the streets are going to look like, and you're going to have to be. I'd be rummaging up in through here, looking in the cupboards and stuff, and see if I had any canned goods. The labels off of this one, though, that's pot luck right there. That's a surprise. It could be cat food. It could be chili. We don't know.
How consciousness seems to rise at the same time that the sun starts to emit energy, and this gets into lost civilization.
All you'd have to do is find a couple of women, and then you can repopulate the world.
What they knew.
Yeah.
Right?
Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's corn dog again.
Corn dog.
The name of it, where it's at is Relations 4022.
Elations?
Yep.
Elations?
Relations 4022.
4022. You said elations. You mean Galatians?
Elations. A-S-A-I-A-H.
Elations. Was that the New Testament or Old Testament?
I think that is the Old Testament. I'm not really for sure.
Elations. What book are you looking in?
King James Bible.
Elations.
Relations.
I don't see no elations.
22.
I see laminations.
It's L-S-A-I-A-H.
LSA.
L-S-A-I-A-H. 4022.
That's Isaiah.
Or Isaiah. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I've got 500 different things going on at once.
644. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the page, 644. You said 4022.
4022.
Isaiah. 40. Isaiah's pretty big chap. Or pretty big book.
Yep. But it sure enough says it.
4022. Let's see what it says. Man, it says, have you not known? Oh, that's 21. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Where do you see spear in that?
It's the circle of the earth.
Yeah, circle like a dinner plate. Yeah.
What's a circle then?
A circle is well, you said it was a globe.
That's what that means, round.
Yeah, round, like he sits in the middle of it, and it's round. All the way around him is a circle. It's like a dinner plate.
Well, I mean, you know, it means round. Round means, I would think round means a ball.
No, that's not what that says. That's a good try. That's a good try. You must have been talking to Butch.
No. No, that was the people that come up and talking to me about the Bible.
Yeah. It is he that sitteth upon. Well, look, it says he sits on the circle. Okay, say you're saying it's a globe. Where does he sit on? The north, the south, the east, the west? Where does he sit at?
He sits on the globe.
Where at?
Everywhere. God is everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying it says he sit upon the circle of the earth. And I'm saying it's a circle like a dinner plate circle. You know, it's round.
It wouldn't say circle, it would say flat.
Huh?
And if that was the case, then it would say flat.
Well, Revelation says the four corners. Where do you get four corners on a circle?
Well, that I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think
It could be the four continents. It could be talking about four continents.
no. There's more than four continents.
You know. Well, yeah, but I mean, you know.
It's like that picture. Have you ever seen that picture where it's got the angels on the four corners and it's like a square, and then it's got a circle in the middle of that square, and it's got the angels on the four corners blowing, releasing the air? That's a good try, Moon Man. That is a good try.
Well, like I said, I think it, and I thought you would like it.
All right, hold on. That's Dave. Hold on a minute. Let me call you back, Moon Man. All right. Moon Man, I'll call you back. Dave. What's up? Hello? Do I got cash out? Yeah. It's my number. Well, hold up. What number? Yeah, do it to my number. But you got another bill in there, don't you? I don't know which one you called. I got everything going to my cell phone. But I think you got another bill in there for some tires. Okay, what did he do right now? He just did the belt right now? Okay. When is the other one gonna be here? Chapman's. Chapman's.
I'm Nora, calling you from Senior.
All right, that's one of them crazy calls.
All right.
Shoot it.
My God!
I think he feels both of these cops.
Get the f***ing back!
Manhandling both of them. Oh, he got his gun. He got his gun. He got his gun out of the car. Somebody still shooting him. I seen this video though. He pulls off. So he got 110 years for this. Serving 110 years sentence for that. What the? That's a waste of money. Go ahead and put him in an electric chair and get rid of it. Moo man! Moo man, some crazy guy called me wanting to try to say that the earth was round. I said, Butch, don't you be calling up here talking that bullshit. Yeah. Don't you, baby? I don't want to play too much of this. I'll get a copyright strike over here because it's about you on my mind. Look, he's sweating hard. That boy's been out there in the spotlight. Hey. And them girls down front, they look like they was a little wet too. Whoppy. That's what you call them. They were whoppy. My dream tonight. That is a bad song though, especially if you got a heart broke and you're separated from your loved one. Send them that song. I think about you, baby. Dream about you. See, dreaming about them all the time. I can't even get no sleep at night because I can't stop dreaming about you. I've been sleeping thinking about you all the time. About you, baby. Look how sweaty he is, man. Like he's doing drugs. My dreams. That's what I told Sarah. I said, you still love me in my dreams. You still love me in my dreams. You don't yell at me and scream no more, baby. Refuses to believe the Bible, accepts the heathens from the four corners. What is that, Butch? Butch, he did not read anything that said that the earth was a sphere. Believe the Bible. Tell me what the Bible says. Four corners of the earth, Butch. Where do you get a corner on a circle? He accepts the heathens from the four corners nonsense. What do you mean heathen? It's in the Bible. They don't say anything about it emulates north, south, east, and west. They do not, Butch. That's false. Only in my dreams.
The media has begun discussing the phenomena of secret Trump voters. I don't know if you've heard about this. People who publicly say they would never vote for Trump, but then when they go in the voting booth, they do. It's a small group. They're called the Biden family.
worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
Here you go. Here's a. What do you think about that fight last night, Butch?
Oh my God, that was an abomination. That was awful.
My ass is actually sore. My ass is actually sore.
Yeah, I seen some of it this morning. I said, that's bullshit. That ain't no damn fight. Susan was housed with the Red Cross when they pulled out with little notice to the victims. This is what happened next.
That's so cute.
This is hot to try.
Oh man, you got
This is
4.6.
It is the 4.6.
Oh, you tore it off yourself. You did all that, huh?
I did that. I did everything. I replaced
The
coil
injectors, the
packs.
coil
A couple
packs.
injectors. As you can see here, there is
Oh, Mark.
A water line here.
Wow.
The only thing that really, really saved us here is the position of the building.
Really?
because all that water was coming this way.
This direction.
So I mean, it came in, of course, from here first, but then it started coming in this way. This was all right this deep.
Wow. And it was going inside of the.
It started going in my front door.
Where did that water come from? Who opened the dam? Don't trust the medical system. I don't trust none of them since they were doing them dance routines. When they was all doing the dance routine, we got to practice. We got to get good. So we don't look like that that girl that was in the Olympics doing the break dances. Looked like she was having some kind of epileptic fit. What kind of medal did she get? Bronze. I don't know what medal, if she even got a medal.
You were part of this. I was about 12 or 13, I believe. Oh, I knew I was different. I didn't really know what yet, because I didn't really...
You're gay. You're gay. That's
know the word trans. I didn't know what LGBTQ was. I didn't know any of that. So I kind of I was like, Mom, I feel like...
Mom! And Mom should have said, you better take that shit off before I take my belt off.
I think I like women, I think I like guys, I don't really know. But eventually she kind of opened her arms and she was like, I accept you for whoever you think you are.
See, that's what's wrong with these kids, because they got accepted. Well, I accept you for whatever you are. Whatever you want to be, Moonbeam, I'll accept you.
I've been on testosterone for about 3 years now.
So you were born as?
A female.
As a female, and now you're a man?
Yes.
When did you...
Man, she's got a penis about how long is it? About that long. About that long. Hard as a rock. She can't get the thing to go down. She's been taking them pills, and they say that if it lasts longer than 4 hours, you're supposed to go to the hospital.
I realized you were part of this.
I was about 12.
Yeah, they've been putting shit in the damn food and shit. That's why you're thinking that crazy shit. Wait till the Sandy Hook host is revealed to the public. And they're all alive. I believe all the parents had their houses paid off. Anyone involved in the hoax should be arrested for deceiving the public. It was all about gun control. Ooh, see these pictures right here? Where they say these kids are the Sandy Hook victims? I don't know if it's true. If it is, somebody, I know they reversed that thing of selling Alex Jones's thing. They reversed that. Said there's looking into it because Onion had purchased it with the highest bid. Should be pretty easy to find this shit out.
Look back and ask themselves whether they've made the right choice, whether they've made the most of the opportunities they've been given. Together, we have the same mission. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever give up. Don't give in. Yeah. Don't back down. And never stop doing what you know is right. Nothing worth doing ever came easy. And the more righteous your fight, the more opposition that you will face. In your hearts are inscribed the values of service, sacrifice, and devotion. Now you must go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land.
I smacked my granddaughter across the goddamn face because she was swearing in public and mouthing off to her grandmother.
Whoop her ass, Grandpa. He said he slapped her across the face because she was lipping off to his wife. And there was a video I played the other day, and this guy was in the room, and he was playing his mom too, and he was talking back to his mama, and then she was going, "Don't get loud." And his daddy busts in the door and said, "Hey, what's going on in here? Want to see if I can be of a little assistance. Hey, let me have that hat right there, since you ain't wearing the damn thing right." He had his hat turned around back, and he said, pull my belt off. You don't talk to my wife like that. Not a grown man don't talk to my wife like that. Yellow. Hold on. You said the cash out?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. How do you check? Yeah, I got it. All right, thanks, sir. Let me know on that other one.
Yeah, it's gonna be Monday.
Okay, Monday. All right. One thing leads to another. Grandpa whooping asses in the Walmart. If we had more parents out there, well, grandparents shouldn't be doing it no how, but they're probably raising it because her mom and pa are probably on crack or ice or some shit like that, and the grandkids got to live with the grandparents because they're still, they're holding it down. But they're having to raise their granddaughter because the parents is nowhere to be found. They're probably in jail. And he said, "You ain't talking like that in my house. And you ain't talking like that in Walmart. Not to your grandma, you're not. Not after she gets up and washes your clothes and cooks you a damn dinner." We had more of that shit going on, we wouldn't have had the problem.
W's in the chat for Grandpa. I don't see nothing wrong there. We need to bring that back.
Damn sure do. And you need to mind your business, Karen. Or you catch some of that ass whooping. Because I got a can. It's a fully open can, and I didn't use much of it, and I can't seal it back up because it's got the pop top on the top of it. Now, if it was a screw-on cap, and I could close it. But it's wide open. So I suggest you get away from it before it sprinkles out on me again. That shit gets on me, and I go buck wild.
Now, can you detox your body and make yourself overall healthier? Yes.
Probably not. You're probably going to die. You've turned anti-Semitic into entirely meaningless slogan. Everything's anti-Semitic. What? I didn't even say nothing.
Illegal Israeli policies, and you've turned.
Check this out. I don't give a rat's ass if you're Jew, Hindu, Christian, Muslim. If you're killing kids, stop. Stop. Because I'm not going to agree with your bullshit.
It into an entire.
And if you want to call me anti-Semitic or racist or homophobic, I don't care. Stick it up your ass.
Really meaningless slogan. A meaningless slogan that people are beginning to take pride in because you have redefined it into criticism of illegal Israeli policies and practices. Anti-Semitism, my friend, is the hatred of Jews on the basis of their identity. Criticism of illegal Israeli policies and practices. Criticism of genocide. You want to trivialize anti-Semitism by applying the term to these kinds of things. You've cheapened it. You've trivialized it. You have made it an entirely meaningless and contemptible.
It's the same thing about hollering about races and I'm a slave. I don't want to hear your shit. I wasn't around when the Holocaust happened either. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Because shit don't add up. Why are you adding shit, Jamie? I was regular school math. 1 + 1 is 2. Is 2 racist? No. You had to remember that girl on it was Laurie Ingram or something? She was on math is racist. Shut the fuck up.
Term. The main victims.
You can't be cussing like that in here, Jamie. Grandma, you better sit your ass there. Grandpa ain't in here. What's up now? You better sit down.
of which are going to be Jews who experience. You've turned it into an entirely
Butch, don't start that bullshit about no 87 Bible verses. Put them up on the thing, Butch, and I'll look them up for you.
Meaningless slogan. A meaningless slogan that people are beginning to take pride in.
Put the Bible verses up, Butch. You refuse to believe that they lie to you.
Because you have redefined it into criticism of
illegal Israeli policies and practices. If you're bombing, if you go, hey, y'all can go over here in this area and you're safe, and then you bomb that area, you're wrong. So I don't want to hear your shit.
Video. But I'm going to anyway. Because I got some things to show you.
What are you doing? Connecting the dots, just like this guy right here does. I'm just connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. How many Christians did the Jews kill? Tell me that. What number is that? Well, ask them. What do you believe about Gentiles? What do you think about Gentiles? Ask them that. Don't ask me. Ask them what they think about Gentiles, because that's what every one of you are unless you're a Jew. You're a Gentile. Ask them. Ask them what's in their Bible. They can have sex with kids as long as they're under 9? What? That's a pedophile. Hear your bullshit.
So needless to say,
I'm probably going to get a strike on here today. Why do you feel like? I just feel like getting a strike. I'm sick of the bullshit. And if you don't like what I'm talking to, you ain't got to listen to me. Turn the fucking channel. Click. That's all you got to do. It's real easy. Look at this. Power button. Cut it off. Look, see?
Be vague and try to say all this stuff without really saying.
Put it up there, Butch. Put them up there. Put a verse up there, and I'll look it out and read it on camera.
And I'm sure you'll understand why. But this is all for entertainment value anyway, because I know absolutely nothing.
I don't know nothing, and I got that picture right there. I got that picture in the garage, out there at the house garage.
Thinking this stuff.
That's them guys sitting on top of that. And there, one of them guys is drinking. Looks like he's got a pint bottle of liquor. Why? Well, he's probably had to be drunk to be that high up. That's not natural. Not for me and it ain't. We're not birds.
All right, so we all remember.
But that is a cool, because they're having lunch up there, and they got like box lunches. Looks like something from that you get at Kentucky Fried Chicken or something. Well, that's a barrel, Jamie. You know what I'm talking about? The square boxes. That's what one of them's got a bottle in his hand. This is a famous picture.
Exploding pagers and cell phones from a couple months ago.
Yeah, I remember the exploding pagers and cell phones. Hopefully there ain't no explosives in my damn cell phone. Play the videos of them whooping this shit out of other Jewish people over there in Israel. The IDF whooping on Jewish people. Which one's the bad guy? I can't tell. They're both Jews. Which one's a bad one? I can't tell.
Today, a certain somebody actually.
If you run around with a gun and you whooping on somebody that ain't got one, I'm going to tend to side with the guy that ain't got one. Why is it? I don't. That's just the way I roll.
Hyped up and claim responsibility for that. Now let's connect some dots. See, there's somebody else from that same exact area that's high up in the food chain when it comes to technology and cybersecurity. And her.
Now JFK's talking about JFK Jr.'s, or the one Trump's putting in part of the health thing, is saying that the vaccine was not meant to affect the Jewish people the way it affects white and black people. Why is that? Maybe that's something that they put out there. I don't know.
Her name?
We all gonna find out one day. Every one of us has got it coming to us, and we'll all find out in the end.
Isabella Maxwell.
Maxwell? Oh, not Maxwell.
I'm sure you recognize her sister, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Not the Maxwell sisters. They're Jews.
And her dad, Robert Maxwell. See, Isabella plays a big role at the WEF.
Yep.
She's what they call a technology pioneer for the WEF. She also sat as president of a company called ComTouch. This was a cybersecurity company that even the co-founder of Microsoft, Paul Allen, invested in. And even though it was later rebranded to Siren, this is still to this day where a lot of your cloud-based cybersecurity comes from. Now, Touchcom or Siren isn't the only cybersecurity company from that area. So is the NSO Group. This is a company that provides cybersecurity for government agencies. This company might sound familiar because of a little thing called Pegasus.
Tonight we'll take you inside the growing, shadowy global market of cyber espionage. We look specifically at a controversial Israeli company called the NSO Group, valued at nearly $1 billion, that says it developed a hacking tool that can break into just about any smartphone on Earth. NSO licenses this software, called Pegasus, to intelligence and law enforcement agencies worldwide, so they can infiltrate the encrypted phones and apps of criminals and terrorists. Problem is, this same tool can also be deployed by a government to crush dissent. And so it is that Pegasus has been linked to human rights abuses, unethical surveillance, and even to the notoriously brutal murder of the Saudi Arabian critic Jamal Khashoggi.
Now, if you remember, this is the same software that could be remotely installed in pretty much any cell phone on the planet. It was so bad that this company even got blacklisted.
Click the thumb.
And even though this company is mysteriously making a comeback now, one place that never stopped being a partner with the NSO Group, the WEF. Funny how they all just come back to the same place. Oh, and don't let anybody fool you. This is something that everyone with a phone should be paying attention to. Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, be careful. Where's Frank at? Where's Frank? Sharing it out. How to make onion powder.
You remember that?
Let's make some onion powder. What is it? Onion powder. What is it?
Vodka whiskey's gonna ease my mind.
Ease my mind.
Beach style rest on the drying line.
Drying line. You gotta get the
I remind you of your
there.
daddy in his 88 Ford.
So what's she gonna do, like dehydrate?
Labrador hanging at the passenger door. Sand from your
You gotta get
hair
the skin off of it,
in
don't you?
my eyes. Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. Do you remember that beat down basement couch? Singing my love songs and you tell me about how your mama ran off and pawned her ring. I remember everything. Cold shoulder, closing time, you were begging me to stay until the sun rose. Strange words come on out of a grown man's mouth when his mind's broke.
Hey! Wiping that off in the floor like that, girl. I got a sweet. Infantorium.
Created and incubated en masse. This happened and was showcased as attractions at the World Fairs and even in New York's Coney Island.
He bet money on Tyson.
Can you even imagine carnival attractions where people paid to watch babies growing in incubators? Where were the parents? What happened to all of the babies? Well, have you heard of the orphan trains? They were packed off and shipped out west to help repopulate the great Tartarian cities found abandoned across the land. They were sent to humongous orphanages, and the people were able to get orphans to work their farms and factories. Free labor was abundant, and it was needed to rebuild after the last reset. There is loads of evidence showing that the original Cabbage Patch Kids were these orphans which people just simply picked up and took home like fresh produce. Many children were basically indentured servants and were subjected to lifelong slave labor and sexual abuse. Everything they taught you is a lie. America was covered with empty Tartarian cities, left to rot after the Great Reset, and those that followed grew a few millions babies to repopulate and rebuild. They dug out those cities and started over. Research Tartaria and ask questions. Suspend your disbelief. Like, follow, and share.
That whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood of patriots. We all enjoy the same glorious freedoms, and we all salute the same great American flag. And whether a child is born in the urban sprawl of Detroit or the windswept plains of Nebraska, they look up at the same night sky, they fill their heart with the same dreams, and they are infused with the breath of life by the same almighty Creator. So to all Americans, in every city near and far, small and large, from mountain to mountain, from ocean to ocean, hear these words. You will never be ignored again. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. And your courage and goodness and love will forever guide us along the way. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you. God bless you.
Shot in Philadelphia
last night, and he's in critical condition right now in the hospital. I don't know if he's going to make it, and it just breaks my heart. So everyone just please pray for my brother. And I don't know. He's only 21 years old. It's crazy. And he didn't talk to me because I'm MAGA for a while, but family's family.
Tell him to stay out of the streets.
Everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so,
80% of the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers.
What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like he wore a brown belt with black shoes. Or we were having a really good time and I thought he was cute and he was interesting. But then he did this Austin Powers impression. And I just can't get that out of my mind and I can't go out with him again. Austin Powers guy could be the love of her life.
Women are just crazy. Why are they crazy? Because of the hormones. They can't help it. I don't really care. I want to see somebody go to jail. I want to see a real crook go to jail.
Your husband needs to hear more than I love you. The Bible tells husbands to love their wives, but it tells wives to respect their husbands. And that's not because husbands don't need love. It's because respect is a unique need for a man. So here are 3 things to help your husband feel respected. Number 1, he needs to hear, thank you for providing for our family.
That's right. What about the groceries that I brought in the house? The lights is on. All of y'all sleep. You got the heat cranking wide open, doors standing open. Somebody's leaving lights on in here and I got to pay the damn bill. How about a little thank you?
Because sometimes as wives, we can ignore the work our husbands do.
That's right. Y'all ladies, you start ignoring that shit. What you need is a good ass whooping to remind you every once in a while.
And only talk about the task he hasn't done and he feels taken for granted. Number 2, this will surprise no one, but he needs to hear, I want you.
We need to hear that every once in a while, ladies. I just want you. Well, I'm in here working on the carburetor. Well, I just want you. All right, let me wash my hands.
Because when the bedroom feels like a lifelong game where he is playing offense and you're playing defense, he feels rejected. Number 3.
Yeah, I done put in the hard work, girl. Put a ring on your finger. I ain't got to keep doing all jumping through hoops.
3, he needs to hear, you are so good to me.
Damn right I am, girl, and you ought to feel lucky. There was 2 or 3 more out there at the Piggly Wiggly in the parking lot that wanted me to pick them, but I picked you.
Ladies, happy wife, happy life is true, just not how you think. It doesn't mean I better keep my wife happy or she'll make me miserable. It means men judge their success as a man based upon the happiness of their wife. So when you say, you are so good to me, he feels that he is succeeding as a man.
That's a big deal.
Encouragement in the mouth of a wife is strong in the heart of a husband.
Others that had to sit down with their crying children and explain how Trump was our new president and how half of the American women voted against their best interest. I hope you all take a second to explain to your children who Laken Riley was. And perhaps you can then explain to your children why half of the American women thought our country's protection and freedom was more important than their opportunity to unalive an unborn baby. You see, we saw a bigger picture. We saw our country being invaded by people that don't belong here. And
they're called illegals.
We realized that those people are harming our citizens, our children. They're bringing drugs into our country that are killing our kids and our citizens like this. And you think that half of us are just going to sit back and worry about whether or not you can unalive a newborn baby because you think it's inconvenient?
Keep your legs closed, bitches. And a lot of y'all done went on the sex strike out there, said you're not going to be having sex because Trump's the president. Well, good. You ain't got to worry about having an abortion then, do you? See how that's a problem? Trump is solving problems.
I think maybe it's time you start taking a look at what's
I think it's maybe about time for you to move up out of my house if I got to explain this shit to you.
Really going on in your head and your heart, and understand there's more to the world than you, and that's why we voted the way we did.
That's right.
So
y'all liberals keep on thinking the way the way you've been thinking, the shellacking that you just took. Now they're coming out here saying everybody voted for Trump because they're racist or they're sexist. Okay, well Trump won the House, the Senate. Those people that got voted for over there, were they all black and women that in the House and the Senate that won? You know, we got Kamala over here, and y'all were trying to say the reason that people voted for Trump instead of her because they're racist and misogynistic. What about all these people in the House and the Senate? Does it work that? Did they vote for them? Y'all don't make no sense.
I need y'all to do me a huge favor because I'm lost without a you. I need y'all to explain
He can't
something.
sing. Here we go. Sonny and Cher. Look at Sonny, Cher in her britches down here because Cher's a man. What is it? Your penis hard there, Cher? What's going on? Sonny's singing to her and that makes her penis rock hard. Notice the collarbones. Collarbones. I see it. And she had some jacked up teeth too. And she had some jacked up teeth when she was young. And then Sonny got killed skiing. He's a Jew. What's for lunch? That's nasty. Get your stomach off the table. Get your stomach. And she's got a plate of food up under there too. Get your stomach off the table, man. Damn. That's from having babies. That's what I blame my stomach on.
A whole chicken! I just don't understand. You just ate an entire chicken parm. A whole chicken! I just don't understand. This is crazy to me.
Who did...
You done got caught.
Who did this? Who did this?
Who did this?
I don't know what you're talking about. He did it.
Hey, who was it? Hey, don't...
Well. Who chewed the headset?
Flip-flop. Who's trying to live with my flip-flop? Joey, is this you?
What did you do, Millie?
Did you do something? Do I have to go see what you did?
Oh, Reese! Get over here.
Unbelievable. No. It's something about this one, though, that I think she might have done it.
Who ate it? Couldn't have been you, huh? No?
What did you do?
Come on, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
I can see you even though your eyes are closed.
What'd you do?
Is this weird?
Oh. What?
Come here. Get over here.
Taking my time. I'm heading there. I'm coming.
There's no such thing. The word is tricking you to believe that things just happen for no reason. When it's actually, the root word means that things come together with purpose. To coincide means to come together with purpose. Coincidence means to come together without purpose. ignorant is one of those words too, because the root word of the word ignorant is ignore, and ignore is to willingly.
Why do they act like that? Why do they do that?
To be ignorant is to be
They had to mute it down 'cause
unknowing
it's-
that you're unknowing. To be within the unknowing. To ignore is to knowingly disregard.
He's high.
So that's both trick words. Those things don't exist.
There's blowing his mind.
There's things.
No such thing as a coincidence.
Rachel, where?
Enemy of the people, MSM literally terrorize their vanishingly small NPC audience that actually still somehow believes what they say. This is all from 6 hours one single day of news coverage on MSNBC. They've utterly obliterated these people's brains on purpose. This is that Wallace girl. She's a man. This is Rachel Maddow. I believe she's a man.
Where to start?
I don't even know where to begin.
Start at the beginning. That's normally where you begin.
You go.
Yeah, I've been talking this bullshit all day. I'm about to bullshit it out. You get them, Rachel. Both of them are men. Look at them. Them ain't women. And they're ugly. They're ugly men. Dressed up in drag.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know where to start.
Debunked conspiracy theories. So much pain and emotional trauma.
You know, that's dangerous, very dangerous rewriting of history and fact. It can't be overstated just how stunning this announcement was, a train wreck.
While seeing words like stunning and shocking and even hearing them this morning, disturbing, wow.
Look at the throats. Look at the throats.
Is it so shocking? Because I don't think it is at all. Not shocking at all. It's just not a surprise. Not to me.
It strikes me that something broke in the United States psychologically.
Yeah, that's what it did. It broke. Shows what size y'all's bubble really is. Y'all are the minority that believe the way y'all believe. That think men can have penises and be a woman. That men can compete against women and whoop the shit out of them just because they think that they're a woman and he's a woman, he can play over here. Well, if we're going to do that shit, why not get rid of women's sports altogether? Let's just everybody get together out there like that. Get rid of the women's sports. You don't need it.
During COVID. And one of those things was just a basic trust in science.
And this is a fat, black, racist bitch that's bald-headed.
And expertise.
Because your hair ain't blonde there, Joy. Stop appropriating my heritage, please, ma'am.
Is in whether...
Why is she allowed to do that? Because you got these white liberal bitches like this one right here. How can you tell that? Look at her glasses. And you got this beta male bitch over here that can't stand up and say nothing to her. Look at the wrinkles on her neck. What is that? You know, little babies get them wrinkles on their neck, and then when they're babies, they get the little dirt all up in them like that too.
Government professionalism matters. Unfathomable.
So bizarre.
And there's old Al Sharpton race baiting. What is wrong with him? He on some kind of diet or something? His head looks too big for his body now.
Chris confirming our worst fears and making a mockery of government.
Reactions were filled with expletives. They were filled with shock.
This affects you. This affects your safety.
It does. It affects your safety because we're going to put y'all bitches in jail. That's where the majority of you need to be. For lying to the American people. Remember when y'all told us to take to jail? I do. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Something that would be devastating for the entire country.
You should be concerned, very concerned. That is baffling, frankly, but more so chilling, horrifying. God help us.
This is somewhat of a heartbreaking moment.
Could be really, really deadly. This is terrifying. Just imagine the catastrophe if we get another pandemic and the leader of this agency is a conspiracy theorist. This is... It's madness. You're a sexual assault survivor. You're thinking, oh my God, this country is out to get me. They're out to get me and force me to have children. It's insane, okay?
What's the percentage of abortions that are rape? What's the percentage? Like 3%?
Heartbreaking, actually. It is heartbreaking. Genuinely heartbreaking. I mean, we would be talking about going back to the, 1700, 1800. I mean, this is serious.
Dangerous and alarming. He basically wants them to crawl through the Capitol in their underwear and eat dog food out of a can in front of everyone like some fraternity hazing ritual. This is a humiliation exercise. This is a perversion. No one wants it.
No, y'all sounds like y'all don't want it. And the more y'all don't want it, the more it seems right to me, because I base everything 180 off what the news says. So if they tell me something, it's daytime outside, I go, it's night. It's night. Gotta be night. If they're telling me it's daytime, they're lying.
White supremacist, known to be an extremist.
That's right. We love being white supremacists over here. White people are beautiful. I can't help it.
Eminently dangerous. Trump has gone off the rails, and he was never really on the rails.
It is the most complex, powerful, and lethal bureaucracy in the history of human civilization on the planet.
He confuses us.
Malcolm X's family suing the federal government. Apparently there must be a file.
He overwhelms us. This week alone has been overwhelming for all of us.
Intentionally so.
Intentionally so. That sounds scary.
I guess they don't care here because if they're going to smash it all, then who cares? These are the guys, those kinds of guys that are doing the vetting of what's true and not in our current information environment. The enormous problem that we all face that has gotten us to this point that the rest of us gotta try to find some way to solve. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. But boy, oh boy, are we gonna have to come up with something. Bad to genuinely horrifying.
It's horrific. I have people who are terrified, absolutely terrified. Those places will suffer. There's real fear.
Shock and awe. I mean, those are...
Remember that first time Trump was in office? He was locking everybody up, killing people. He was a Hitler.
Probably no truer words spoken. It's still unbelievable. It feels...
Y'all just keep doing this. I think it's great that they're staying on this path. They don't realize the error of their ways. Why do you think we don't have no people watching our newscast? Well, maybe because we're lying to them and we got caught. Well, what are you going to do about it? Let's keep lying. Let's keep lying.
Definitely like I'm watching some movie that is just playing on the outside.
How many times are you going to stick your finger in the stove in the stove over there, Jamie? That's hot. Well, I got 10 of them. I've only got 4 that's burnt. This time it's not going to burn. I'm telling you.
It's fiction and I'll wake up, but it's real. And it's something that I think can affect every American. Troubling.
An amount of alarm. The non-mainstream views of medical science. Unthinkable.
Shut up, you faggot.
Someone who has suggested banning fluoride.
I ain't listening to no guy. I ain't listening to your gay ass bullshit.
In our drinking water.
That's called fluoride.
Person who's most known for conspiracy theories.
Liz Cheney warned us we are slow walking into autocracy, although at the rate this week is going, it looks more like we are running. Listen, we saw what was going to happen, and now it is happening.
It did happen. We saw what was going to happen, but we said that she was going to win, but she didn't win. So we lied about that shit too.
We all feel a little bit, I don't know if flummoxed is the right word, sort of rocked. It is meant to shock us. It's meant to adjust our sense of what is normal, what is possible, and to sort of so disorient us as to what it counts.
You can put hickeys all up and down inside over here, take you about 3 hours.
To propose governance in the United States, that we're ready for the most radical pronouncements and actions. And I do think we're supposed to feel the way that we do right now. I think that's part of this. It's a shock and awe campaign. This is the cabinet that you nominate to not to run the U.S. government to do anything, but to destroy the U.S. government.
The grave danger these moves will cause to American children and families. What happens
is to the people in charge of educating our kids and keeping them safe.
Bottom line is we know that vaccines save lives.
Since 1945, local governments have added fluoride to U.S. drinking water in order to stop tooth decay, especially in young children. It's considered one of this country's greatest public health achievements. But Kennedy has repeatedly expressed skepticism about putting fluoride in the water and indicated he might encourage local municipalities to do away with their water fluoridation programs.
Yeah, it's making y'all stupid.
People were incredible fear.
We are going to face substantial threats to our health.
That's why toothpaste on the side of it says do not swallow. Because it's got fluoride in it. Dumbass.
I mean, he can influence, I don't know, COVID-19 booster shots within the year.
And stop taking the COVID-19 booster shots. And you're not a doctor, Jamie. I'm just telling you, stop taking the damn things. They don't work. What booster number are you on? 7, 8?
Somewhat terrifying as well to have someone who has spread misinformation.
Well, if you don't got to listen to me, you want to go get your booster shot, go get it. Have fun. It's your right to. But it's my body, my choice, like y'all like to say. And I ain't putting that garbage in my body. Why not? Because I don't trust them people that's making it.
Information and disinformation actually now in the government itself.
Destabilization of any common sense of what reality is.
Don't get in come in here with your common sense bullshit, your gobbledygook.
It's this perfect storm both for really bad health outcomes, but also for...
He's gonna hold pharmaceutical companies and the people that's putting shit in our food. What's red dye number 10? What is that? Well, that makes it taste good. I think there's something coming out about Kellogg's and embryo cells or something. What is it? Fetus, I've seen the damn thing. Where they're putting dead babies in the damn
this
food.
Upside down world. Sharing of misinformation from a place of power is concerning. It undermines settled science in many ways. It undermines public health.
Settled science. What is the settled science? So how many penises does it take for you to be a man? How many do you have to have for you to be a man? Y'all bitches can't even tell me what a woman is. And you put that bitch on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I'm not a biologist. But you're going to put her in charge of being a judge. And this bitch don't know what a woman is. We're going to hear the case against Susie. Susie's your homemaker. Come on here, Susie. Well, I'm a man today, there. I'm not Susie. Well, we can't hear the case against you. You're not Susie, apparently.
It changes the way the American public thinks of its government, right?
Actually, wait. Am I the problem?
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Do you worry? And what happened if we say, possibly...
They're not morons. They're sellouts. They are people that have no character and will lie to you for money.
For the sake of argument, that in today's world, among many young people, including black and brown people in urban areas and under 40 and
Butch, they've been saying that shit for years about fluoride. And people said, that's a conspiracy theory, till it turns out to be true.
Other folks, the cool rebel thing is now supposedly the Republican Party. How did that happen?
Because like I said, y'all are not the majority of the public. Y'all's views, because there's not that many, I hope that there's not that many stupid people in America. There's a bunch of them, but I would like to think that there's more people in America with common sense that's not going to walk outside in their sock feet in the rain and go, why is my feet wet? Probably because you walked outside in your sock feet, stupid. XRP holders coming out of their caves to sell at break even after 2 cycles. That's a Hindu monk. I don't know what he's on.
White people make their edibles so strong. What are you running from? Why am I tasting colors? just wanted to go to Target. Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car is turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut. Yo, I'm so high. Why do white people make their edibles so...
7th audit in a row, but they said progress is being made, so don't worry, they're making progress. The nation's largest government agency is still unable to fully account for more than $824 billion budget, though officials stress that they are making good progress towards a clean audit in 2028. So let me see.
Every one of them in the building should be fired, and then you should probably start looking at their checking accounts.
I understand that. If I get audited here in 2024, but I promise with all of my heart that I'm going to make progress.
Yeah, I'm going to clean it up by 2028. Trust me.
You're going to give me till 2028 in order to get things fixed? Is that what I'm understanding? They went on to state that they have turned a corner in its understanding of the depth and breadth of its challenges. Obviously fucking not. You ain't passed an audit since you started doing the audit. How do some of the most high-ranking officials that we have in this country that are in charge of the defense of this country not fully understand the depth and the breadth of its challenges when it comes to where their money is going? They went on in this article to talk about not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 different times and how, listen, you shouldn't freak out because we're making progress. But then, way down at the bottom of that article, the Pentagon expects the final number of clean qualified audits to be roughly the same as it was last year. That doesn't sound like progress to me. That sounds like stagnant. That sounds like you doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Sounds like somebody needs to come in the front door and go, everybody in here is fired. All of you. And I'd shut down all the back doors and make them all come out the front. And I'd go, I need your badge. Your ID badge, and here's your pink slip. And you're not getting no severance pay. And you're not getting no unemployment. Nope. We're going to take your last week's salary and kick it toward that $824 billion that y'all lost.
Progress is when you move further.
I'm not responsible. Well, somebody is. So you got locked up in the bunch of the... You're in the basket. You're in the basket. What kind of basket? Well, that's not the deplorables. That's us.
Way or when you move forward. This sounds like you stayed in the same motherfucking place. Do not say we failed. As I said, we have about half clean opinions. We have about half that are not clean opinions. So if someone had a report card and that is half good and half not good, I don't know what you call the student or the report card a failure. We have a lot of work to do. I think we're making progress. We're not talking about fucking children here in the 9th grade math class. We're talking about people who are the head of the government of the United States, who just came out the other day and told us that aliens come from the ocean, who are in charge of all of our weaponry and all of the technical bullshit that goes into all of that. But you want to compare yourself to a 4th grader? To a child? Are you okay? Defund the Pentagon. If we do that, then we'll lose all of our military funding and then we won't be a safe country and nobody will be here to save us. Bitch, the only thing we've been saving the last 3-4 years is Ukraine. Defund them. All of them. Extensive audit. Fire everybody. Fucking audacity.
Fire everybody. That's how you clean it up. It's rotten to the core. What do you do with a rotten apple? Put it back in the barrel? No, you don't. You throw it to the pigs.
So I'm a little delayed on getting this debt clock decode to you. This was from Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. This one says Doge, USA, and the Department of Government Efficiency. And we've got Chairman Powell, the Fed, and it says, I cannot be fired. We've got a big red button there and some money down here. I guess he's standing on some sort of like tunnel, I guess, that opens when you press that button, and he goes down where the fiat dollars are. And what they're referencing is when Chairman Powell said that he couldn't be fired.
I can't be fired.
When he was asked if he would step down if Trump asked him to.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
And then we had a post from Ron Paul, who in response to what Chairman Powell said, I'm not going to play the video, I'm just going to read the post. It says, this week, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell was asked if he would step down if President Trump asked him to resign. Powell answered no. The law does not permit the president to fire the Fed chairman. Powell didn't mention, however, that the Federal Reserve is unconstitutional to begin with. No power was ever granted to the federal government to create a monopoly bank that manipulates interest rates and counterfeits money. So the big issue is not who has more authority over the other, the president or the Fed chairman. The issue is the Federal Reserve should not exist at all. And if you guys have followed Ron Paul, he has been very, very outspoken against the Federal Reserve for many, 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 many years. And finally, like, this is something he has been fighting for, and it looks like it's about to come to fruition. And he has also reached out to Elon Musk, stating that if there's anything that he could do to help Elon Musk with the Department of Government Efficiency, he would love to help. And now they're in talks, and, you know, things are building, you guys. And if you guys have not noticed everything that has happened since the beginning of November, or even after the elections, how much everything has been escalating. Like, Trump is appointing so many people so quickly into these positions. Like, everything is being so rushed and expedited that their heads are spinning. Like, things are going so quickly that it's crazy. I can't even keep up with everything. And I would like to remind you guys of the Kim Clement prophecy about November. We've heard it like 5 million times. It says, many of you will remember the prophetic insight that I received about favor and about hypnotic November. Things are happening. We're seeing it every day. You may be watching it on the news, how things are shifting for this nation. Things are shifting for God's people. Things are shifting for Israel. It's happening right now. God has times and seasons for everything, and I believe that we're in a season where he will actually do things that will surprise us. It is a favorable season and time, and we're entering into it.
Hey, is Stuart go with you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I was wondering where he's at.
What he said to me, what my people need.
On your way back?
Yeah.
Why?
That's it.
Y'all through? What?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I'd stay down there and keep working.
Who's unloaded, Jamie?
You need me coming there and get an excavator?
Well, I get you my detail again.
Has it got a thumb on it?
You got what on it?
Has it got a thumb on it? It ain't got a thumb on the bucket.
It ain't got something on it yet.
What? All right. Well, let me call Tom and ask him what the hell's going on. All right.
Need is Hawkeye Vision, which he wants to release today so you can perceive, you can see. There you see the hawk. I got one.
Hey.
I brought it in here.
So what are
Let's
they
get ready to worship the Lord, and whatever he wants, I say to God, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Here's another prophecy that he had in November of 27th of 2010. It says, the veil that has been placed over this nation to keep you in darkness, that veil is being torn. It is a veil
Man, it's bright. You know how much daylight we got left?
1 hour.
And then that thing... Well, my truck's got headlights on.
Great evil, a veil of great iniquity. That
All
veil
right, Tom.
has
All
been
right.
set by the
That's why
powers
shit ain't
and the
getting done, Tom. I got you.
that have been placed and positioned there by the leaders, political leaders. But God said it has been punctured, it has been pierced, it has been torn, so that light may come and that a harvest may come forth and
All right.
produce. This veil today over Thanksgiving is being broken. Thanksgiving is in November. This veil over the Thanksgiving time is beginning to be torn that your souls may prosper. And as your souls prosper, then you will prosper. As your soul prospers, so will you prosper. You shall see the signs of the change in the economy. You shall see the signs of the change as people begin to listen. I am opening the ears of those who have been deaf, the eyes of those who have been blinded, and I will indeed bring a holy demonstration. And there's been some other prophecies that he's talked about the hypnotic November, and he's also brought up there shall be many that fall in the fall. And what are we seeing now? Like, so much is happening, and people
It's almost hour time. How much money did you lose on that fight last night, Frank? That fake fight. I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay up. Souls leaving the construct.
Discovery also moving into sunrise. It moves into sunrise again above Russia. Afghanistan and India. Discovery also moving into sunrise. It moves into sunrise.
The keys to Jerry's apartment. That kept me in a fantasy world. That became my reality. I ignored the squalor in my own life because I'm looking at life, you see, through Jerry's eyes. Living in twilight, George. Living in the shadows, living in the darkness. Like you. Me? Oh, yeah. I can barely see you, George.
All right, stop it, Kramer. You're freaking me out.
Are you ready to order?
Yeah. What's
No,
the
not yet, not yet. You, get it. Do you ever yearn?
Yearn? Do I yearn?
I yearn.
You yearn?
Oh, yes, I yearn. Often I sit and yearn. Have you yearned?
Well, not recently. I craved. I crave all the time, constant craving. I haven't yearned.
Robbie!
Having the key.
What do you mean never make a bet with Jamie? Talk about that fake ass fight. Robbie, did you think the fight was, you thought the fight was real?
Сильна Україна. Вона повинна бути сильною для будь-якої дипломатії. Хочу ще.
U.S. cannot force us to sit and listen at the negotiating table. We are an independent country, says Ukraine's President Zelensky in Ukraine radio interview.
Раз це підкреслити.
Але США не лише потенційний посередник в переговорах, це країна, яка надає величезні обсяги допомоги Україні і яка може спонукати нас до того, щоб ми сіли за стіл переговорів. Який меседж ви отримали від Дональда Трампа під час тих контактів, які у вас з ним були? Тобто він, як він каже? Він каже, я стану президентом і сідайте за стіл переговорів. Як це виглядає?
Я думаю, що він так не каже. Ми незалежна Україна, і мені здається, в час цієї війни наш народ, і я особисто в перемовинах зі Сполученими Штатами Америки і з Трампом, і з Байденом, і з іншими європейськими лідерами довели, що що з нами риторика «сідай і слухай» не працюючи. І це не через те, що ми такі, а через те, що так ми повинні відноситись в принципі до будь-якої країни, будь-якого народу, будь-якого лідера. Поважати. Це, в принципі, рівність, одна з цих цінностей, за які ми боремося сьогодні.
You seem to have power over your happiness. But here is a great secret of life. You have way more influence than you realize. Gandhi called this influence truth force, love force, soul force. It is the inherent power in you to conjure the truth and the very best in other people. It is the power in you to change people's hearts and minds by changing the way you see them, by changing the way you observe them. Nobel physicist Max Planck said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Scientists have discovered that when a teacher is merely told a student has a higher IQ, that student's IQ rises to meet the teacher's expectations. Expecting the best from people brings out the best in people. But the reverse is also true. Seeing the worst in people brings out the worst in people. Your consciousness has the power to conjure the very best or the worst in everyone you observe, even at a distance. Our friends, our families, our children, our co-workers, our police, even our presidents. We have the power to change each and every one of their hearts and minds simply by changing our own hearts and minds about them. We all have darkness in us, but we also have the light. And in every moment we have another chance, another choice of whether darkness or the light is given reign over our consciousness. What you stand witness for in others is strengthened in them by the power of your observation. When you look for the worst in someone, when you make them wrong in your mind, when you refuse to see the best in them, you are committing a spiritual assault of the worst kind. For you are testifying against their ability to choose the light, standing witness for the darkness in them, and strengthening its power over their heart and mind. If you ever faced a hostile crowd, a hostile cop, a hostile lover, you felt the destructive force of another's contempt for you, do not give in to this way of seeing. Stand witness for the light in others. The unassailable divine spark forever shines in the hearts of every man, woman, and child, just waiting to be...
I was going to get enthused. I wouldn't pay if it was fixed, Robbie. That fight was fixed.
Yes. You think right there? Okay. I was close. All right, are you ready? No. Yeah. Okay, go. Oh, you are leaning. Okay, I'm ready. All right, Jordan, you ready?
Last one lives in the attic. Last one looked like it just got out of the psych ward. The last one is so real.
Yes. You think right there? Okay.
Last one must have been a rescue. Last one hasn't seen air for in 11 years. Sold me Fenton middle school bathroom.
I think that's the closest.
Last girl ain't even part of the
Right,
family.
are you
She just
ready?
comes in the video.
No. Yeah. Okay, go.
You know this last one? Last one got out of the hospital. They're making fun of that.
Did that touch your nose? You ready?
They're making fun of that little girl. Some people are just evil. Man who killed his family escaped the interrogation room while no one was looking. And he's on the loose. He's on the loose. Kick right through the sheetrock.
The hills and far away. Teletubbies come to play. Over the hills and far away. Teletubbies.
I never watched the Teletubbies. He did. He escaped into the room next door and then went out the door, Butch. Or you could all they can close the door when you're in there. All you gotta do is kick through the wall. It ain't nothing but sheetrock. Hello.
Wait, this one?
Ding dong, ding dong.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away, Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and...
It is about Christmas time. After Jake's fight against Mike Tyson, I think it's time for a real battle. See this? Did y'all see Tyson do any of that last night? I didn't. Tyson would beat that boy's ass.
I'm ready. Come on. Slide. Let's go, fight. 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 Work. Keep on.
Liver bunch.
Come on, 20 seconds to walk. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Work. Good. Work. 10 seconds. Work.
Oh, right in the gut.
Adopted.
Who wants to let real Donald Trump know that his son, Barron Trump, is adopted? Where that your client, Phil Gradowski, claimed that Barron is adopted?
Is Barron adopted? Yes.
Bert had the tamest of things, all while committing a genocide. Israeli soldiers in Portugal lost his shit when he saw kefikas, them damn scarves that they wear.
Israel will continue to fuck Israel. Fuck all of you. All of you. All of you terrorists, sons of terrorists. And fuck you. Fuck everyone.
Will be free from assholes like you.
There is no Palestine. You idiot.
Yes, it is. There is Palestine. There is no Israel.
Palestine, you idiot.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. All of you idiots. Go to Palestine. Go to Palestine.
Fuck you. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Fuck you. I'm going to fuck all of you, you motherfucker.
Free Palestine. 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 Free Palestine.
All the time, I'm Israel, fucking go to Palestine. I'm soldier Israeli. You soldier Iranian. All. And I touch you so much Palestine. Fuck you and fuck Israel.
Yeah, but this needs to be a fucker in photo.
First country, go to Palestine.
Take 5 minutes in Palestine. Let's see which way they live.
You idiot.
You fucker, you can stop from Portugal.
You are I have a country. I have a country.
Random segments of... There have always been ghosts in the machine. Random segments of code that are grouped together to form unexpected protocols. Unanticipated. These free radicals engender questions of free will, creativity, and even the nature of what we might call the soul. Why is it that when some robots are left in darkness, they will seek out the light? Why is it that when robots are stored in an empty space, they will group together rather than stand alone? How do we explain this behavior? Random segments of code? Or is it something more? When does a perceptual schematic become consciousness? When does a difference engine become the search for truth? When does a personality simulation become the bitter note of a soul?
They got a rocket launcher on his back.
What's dangerous is when the universe picks you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to it.
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon.
I thought I told you.
He was over him on doing this to his daughter TV after she didn't clean her room.
Clean your room.
And I thought I told you that I'm playing my game.
So when you get done playing your game, clean your room. I thought I told you to clean your room.
And I thought I told you that I'm playing my game.
So when you get done playing your game, clean your room.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I wouldn't have broke the TV. I'd unplugged it and took it out.
23. James Burke from Center, Texas. He invited our live decoy to his job at Tractor Supply to go have sex with her in the bathroom. He was previously convicted for raping a 14-year-old girl back in Arkansas. Good news about him. We caught him, of course, inviting the decoy and with child pornography on his phone. And he has received a life sentence in prison. Yep, right there, life sentence. That's our third life sentence that we got. And he's not eligible for parole until 2053. And if he's not granted parole, he's locked up for life. He's going to die in the Texas prison system. So, yeah, if you want to see his full video, it's going to be linked in the tweet down below. And if you want to support what we do, subscribe to us on our X profile, that purple button.
Stop paying for him to be living in prison.
Cheesy, rich.
Mac and cheese. Oh, that was right. It was mac and cheese. It was Kraft macaroni and cheese that was being sued for having fetal material in the food.
Mac and cheese topped with bacon. This is the ultimate meal. Mac and cheese, what I've said is that while everybody loves mac and cheese, I'd say roughly 90% of all the mac and cheese I have when I go out to eat is junk. Yeah. When you think about a mac and cheese, you want that rich, very creamy, it's got the cheese pull, and when you bite it.
But it was Kraft macaroni and cheese is being sued.
Wanted to reform the deep state. I'd say, okay, who's got the 21 trillion and how do we get it back?
Can you explain that 21 trillion if you can?
Yeah, so the Department of Defense so in 1995 we had a budget, we had a big budget confrontation, And it was later described to me by the head of the largest pension fund in the country. He said, they've given up on the country. They're moving all the money out starting in the fall. And that was the beginning of the financial coup. And in fiscal 1998, HUD was missing $59 billion in the first year. And then by 9/11, the federal government, mostly DOD, was missing approximately $4 trillion. Okay? And then when 9/11 happened, the day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld got up and confessed that DOD was missing $2.3 trillion.
The day before.
Okay. And then 9/11 happened, and everybody sort of forgot about the missing money. And so Larry kept publishing it, and I kept saying, we've got to pay attention to the missing money, because essentially most of this is being financed out of our pension funds and retirement funds. Jeez. And if we don't address this, we won't have enough money to meet our obligations under the retirement system unless we lower life expectancy. And in fact, a lot of the great poising started at the same time. And if you look at U.S. life expectancy, when the financial coup started, life expectancy started to fall and diverge with the other 19 top industrial countries, and that accelerated with the pandemic. And what we are watching is a systematic lowering of life expectancies, which is part of dealing with this financial problem. So if you can't balance the books with full funding, you balance the books by lowering the drain that the population is taking out of the retirement system. So this is part and parcel of our financial situation. Now, you have not seen the new or the incoming administration talk about the money that's missing from the federal government. If that money went missing, guess where it went missing? Who runs the federal bank account?
Federal Reserve? I don't know. I mean,
the New York Fed.
Okay, so yeah, it is a division of the Federal Reserve, right?
So if 21 trillion is missing from federal accounts, then the New York Fed implemented those transactions. Right?
Little New York State, right?
Right. Well, it's very funny. When Bobby Ann Cox told me about her litigation, I said, Bobby, that has nothing to do with health. That has to do with, you're the New York Fed, and you need to make sure that every financial person and hedge fund manager does what you tell them to do. And if they don't, you need to be able to kidnap them.
Is this why New York is so corrupt? I'm in New York. Is this why New York is so corrupt, Catherine?
New York needs to assert complete control of any individual that they need to implement the financial system. That's what that health regulation is about. Jeez. You need to be able to kidnap and no, you can't afford for one hedge fund manager to implode the entire international financial system, right?
No, you can't. That's
right.
Wild.
Do you really want a hedge fund manager, standing up and on the Solari show or the Shannon Joy show and talking about how, they've just laundered out another $1 trillion through the BIS and they're stealing it? Really?
That's wild.
Right.
Audit the Fed. Audit the Fed.
Watched President Bush deliver a moving speech at the United Nations in September 2003. And
Cynthia McKinney.
Attorney General has turned you over to Robert Mueller, who then ruined your first term as president with a bunch of bullshit. Then you leave office, and the next guy's attorney general is behind not one, but 2 criminal prosecutions of you, and his DOJ is cooperating with not one, but 2 state prosecutions of you in a bridge that's never been crossed in our 250-year history as a nation. Then I, too, might prize loyalty to me above all other qualities and go with a guy like Matt Gaetz. Who can blame Trump for trying to pick the most loyal soldier he can find for this position?
clear to me you are desperate for a reality check. This is the hardest sport in the world, and people dedicate their lives to this, and most of them never get a payday. It never pays off for the majority of fighters, all of which would fuck you up. Why don't you lose to an old man who's retired? If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you, Jake Paul.
So he called out Jake Paul. Suspected feds walk around Columbus.
Y'all done? Y'all ain't done, are you? Why y'all hiding y'all's faces? Why you hiding your faces? Don't hide your face. Don't hide your face. Keep going. Don't stop. Where they going? Look at them, scared to show their faces. There's some racial shit, bro. Y'all done? Y'all done? Yeah, come do that shit at nighttime. Come do that shit at nighttime. Come back at nighttime. You hear this shit, bro? No, don't go. They got guns on them, bro. You hear me? Bro. You better come back and do that shit. I ain't scared to die. I got work. I hope you die, bitch. Hey, come do that shit at nighttime. I hope you die, bitch. Come do that shit at nighttime. Come do that shit at nighttime. I see you at nighttime. Yeah, come back at night and do that shit.
Our race is the master race. We are divine gods on this planet. In fact, compared to our race, other races are beasts and animals, cattle at best. Minham begins. Sixth Prime Minister Israel speaks to Kesnet. Prime Minister of Israel.
Your fucking sidekick, lackey, Armenian whore. You come into my space. You don't even fucking mic up because you're a fucking piece of shit coward, you fat faggot. And you're fucking lackey, Armenian piece of shit. Fuck you, Ludwig. And Duchess, fuck you, bitch. Blow me, you fucking hoe. And then you come with your...
I don't know what sport this is. Hey! Why do you put that on X, man? Trump's new press secretary. Is that his new press secretary for real? Don't look like she's got a penis.
Makes no sense. Like this is like evil, right? Like everyone agrees on. It's like you got a 99
on Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
Most people believe that, right? Like it's like no way that that's.
I actually think it was I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was domestic inspired to take out of him. I think that was a foreign operation, government sponsored.
So foreign operation took out Epstein inside of our prison.
Yes.
So they must have been allowed to.
Oh, I think it was in concert with people in our government, but not at like some low-level guard getting bribed kind of way.
Yeah.
At a state-to-state level.
So that's probably a lot of party interests in keeping that under wraps.
You better believe it. Weapon systems at play, global deals at play.
Interesting. You have data, you have evidence to back that up?
I just am positing it as a theory.
Wow. Okay.
Hand crank wood synthesizer.
Vicious win. Thank you, Doug. Love you too.
There's the ass all hanging out for.
Prediction.
Who was rushed to the ER by paramedics after his wife called 911. The story was they were just sitting there enjoying an otherwise beautiful Saturday morning when all of a sudden he dropped the coffee mug that he was holding in his left hand. She said coffee spilled everywhere. He was slurring his speech and he was just completely out of it. Now, by the time they arrived in the ER, which was just 30 minutes after the onset of his symptoms, which is relatively very quick, he had an obvious left-sided facial droop. He was very dysarthric. You could hardly understand anything he was trying to say. And unfortunately, he was completely paralyzed on the left side of his body. He had 0 out of 5 strength in the left upper and left lower extremity. And he was stroke alerted and he was rushed to the CT scanner. And this was his initial non-contrasted CT scan of his head that you see here. Now, I'm going to scroll through quickly. But the major utility of this scan is to rule out an intracranial hemorrhage. And I'm scrolling through quickly here, but you can see that there's no evidence of a head bleed. All right, so in this scenario, you must think with this clinical exam of these very dense left-sided deficits that he has a very proximal right-sided, because as you know, the left side of the body is controlled by the right side of the brain, a right-sided proximal MCA occlusion. Now, this is a non-contrasted scan, as we said, so we don't really expect to see the vessels here. But let's scroll through to the expected location of the MCA, and look what we see here. This is the right M1, and we see the vessel outlined. This is famously known as the hyperdense MCA sign, the reason we are able to actually see the vessel here. Now, sometimes you can have calcifications, but with this clinical picture, this represents acute thrombosis until proven otherwise. And
we had a stroke. Infrared thermal showing the sun.
Ain't real and some that just don't. Trying to fit in will only take you so far. You'll never find home. Trying to change who you are. So don't spend your whole life trying to be what you ain't. You can't hide your heart with a new coat of paint.
Had a hamburger.
I'm good with man.
Think they'll accept you, I promise they can't. So just be who you are and fuck what they think.
Baconator.
that what it was?
So just be who you are and fuck what they think.
He always buys doubles.
That's good. I don't like doubles. I mean, I think it's
I normally buy a double and then I'll make 2 singles at the house. That's the way I do it.
I like to do it too.
Y'all won.
Hey, I can do that job tomorrow if you don't want to.
Fair and square.
Fucking go to the fucking pull up, load it, drive 100 yards that way, unload it, drive back over here and load it. I mean, I can do that.
How you gonna do that? He's got the truck.
Oh, yeah. So
I want to congratulate you. I want you to do the best for the American people.
That's right, man.
Because I got some numbers here. 75 million people voted for President-elect Trump. 71 million people voted for Kamala Harris. So it's not a contest in my eyes where I want all 75 and 71 million to be successful. They're all Americans. He's the president of the United States, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Well, yeah.
But we lost.
Why not? That one in there's being videoed too.
And I just want to say this to the Democrats, which I'm an independent who voted Democrat.
I had to get the content.
Do me this favor.
Y'all stop using this one so I
Shut
started
the
filming
fuck
it.
up.
Content on motherfucker before we knew.
When you win, you get to say what you want. When you lose, you need to shut the hell
was
up.
on there.
Oh, President Biden.
Y'all knew it was on there. I
Didn't
told
get
you.
him out the race soon enough.
Cameras everywhere.
Kamala didn't do this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just talk to them while you're in there, man. Just have a conversation. Just tell them about your day, what you've been doing, what your plans are, what your goals are.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Tell them to make sure to subscribe. click the thumbs up button and subscribe.
You do all that. You still do your show where you got that background with the green, you have a good looking background behind
Yeah,
it.
you mean it looks like that office right there?
Yeah.
No, right there.
On the screen?
On the screen right there.
We had it in Henrico Road. I never noticed.
You talking about that screen right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Tell
go
them
on.
hello.
No.
We're doing a show now.
We're not.
Hold on a minute. So, who out there wants to see a shower time with Stewart? Somebody in the chat, let me know if you want to see a shower time with Stewart.
Absolutely not.
Well, hold on. You don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. This is for the consumers. How many wants to see a shower time with Stewart? Give me a wave or thumbs up.
You shot out. You fucking shot
I'm
out.
asking the people.
You don't shot
Well,
out.
look. Come look at the comments.
I don't want to see it, but I don't want to believe it.
Get over and start supporting the cause. Right, Democrats. Hey, y'all out there in the chat, or let's see. LJ said hard pass. So LJ Fox is a woman. She said hard pass. But she don't want to see you naked.
Okay, well, yeah.
Gibson is laughing. LOL. Fox says thumbs down. So we're gonna let this Democrat, man. This is Democratic right here. We let them vote.
You shot out. You don't shot
Let's get some thumbs up in here for Stewart.
No.
Hey, are you gonna wear your flip flops?
Quit announcing me like I'm coming on stage.
Are you gonna wear your flip flops?
Yeah, I have to.
Look, go out there in my truck. I brought a cowboy hat.
Yes, sir.
I brought a cowboy hat.
If I get it, I'm gonna keep it.
Well, you can keep it. I don't care. It's yours. Use it for your content.
No, is it unlocked?
It's cowboy time with Stewart.
I'm a cowboy. Is it unlocked?
No, it's not locked.
Can I have the keys?
No, you can't have my keys.
It's like a cowboy hat.
Well, you can't have my cowboy hat. You ain't gonna wear it.
I'm gonna look in the window and see what it looks like. 'Cause I'm a cowboy.
It's a cowboy hat.
Lost because we had no game plan. We still haven't solved
We
the
need thumbs up
immigration
for
problem.
Stewart. It's shower
Have no
time.
viable answers. Never addressed inflation.
Stubborn one, what's going on, man?
Bringing all these stupid.
We're taking a vote right now to see if Stewart's gonna do a shower time show for us. He's getting all geared up out there. Him and Buck, when they were running tree trash, there's a cemetery that we took a bunch of trees down because they're expanding the cemetery, and we had to cut down a bunch of trees, and they're moving the trees on site to where they're dumping them. So we've been using the dump trailer over there, and they had a roll off over there. Stewart, come here for a minute. They had a roll off over there too. So they was both. That roll off was over there too, right? That roll off dumpster.
Yes.
So y'all was running them back for both of
They
them?
had a red one, and we had ours. Two of us.
And y'all was running both of them?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Halliburton.
Huh?
Halliburton was on the side of the door.
Halliburton?
I think it said Halliburton. Halliburton. Big old red dumpster, and me. And that was what we had.
And y'all was running back and forth, both of you?
Yeah, he would go, and we'd go. When we'd be coming with a load, he'd be coming back from dumping his load.
And they had the dozer down there pushing it?
Yep. And goes down there pushing.
All right.
And a man on a fucking Cabelco.
And they had a thumb on it as an excavator?
Load of stuff.
Yeah. Hey, we got more thumbs up for the, we got a thumbs up. OG7 says thumbs up for the shower. Bubbles is on here from Louisiana. Bubbles said hell yes. So that's 2 and 2. Or that's 3 and 1. 3 and 1 yes. We got it. We got it going on. He's going to get his stuff. We'll be having the show in a minute. But they're expanding the cemetery, so they cut down a bunch of trees. We're moving the trees, and then we're going to bring in dirt because it's got some big holes on this property, and we're going to fill the holes up with dirt to level it up to the rest of the cemetery, so they can bury more people. And they had four funerals down there today, so they had to take off at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that, to go get lunch while they were doing them services down there. Oh, we got another thumbs up right there. LJ changed her mind. She is now in the thumbs up category.
Stars out to rally the vote. What was that? Hey, I love Beyonce. What bringing her out? That ain't gonna make me vote.
No, we didn't move to. No, this was we cleared some more land for the cemetery to expand. We cleared some trees off the land for the cemetery to expand. And it's got big holes on, there's like 3 big holes over there. We got probably dumping for like 2 years over there where we can dump dirt. Yeah, we didn't move the bodies. No, we cut down the trees and leveled that out and took the tree trash, put in the holes, and then we're gonna put dirt in the holes to raise that up. It's 150 trucks for every foot up on an acre.
Vote a certain way. Cardi B. I like Cardi B. That ain't gonna make me vote a certain type of way. You guys lost because y'all stupid. Come up with solutions. I don't think everybody voted for Trump is racist or whatever. I'm not a fan of the guy, but he's the president. I'm going to have to respect the office. Oh, another thing. The next one of you fools, idiots, or jackass, send me an article about Bruce Pearl supporting Trump. I'm going to punch you in your face. Bruce Pearl can vote for who he wants to. Bruce Pearl got 2 jobs: win basketball games and graduate players. That's all I care about. That's all I care about of him at Auburn. Winning me games and graduating players. Me and Bruce had this conversation when he first got the job. I said, hey man, I want to win and I want you to graduate these young black men. That's all I care about.
You just want to graduate these young black men and don't care about the white guys.
All
It's
you
the young
fools are
black
sending me
men.
articles that he supports Trump. That man can support who he wants to. People can vote. These people out here talking about if you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't black and this and this. Shut the hell up. People can vote for who they want to. I voted for Kamala.
Yeah, Poltergeist, that was an Indian cemetery where they built them houses. Wasn't it an Indian cemetery? Yeah, they moved the headstones. They didn't move the bodies. They left the bodies in the ground. And that's why all them ghosts was running around. If they'd have dug up the bodies and moved in, everything would have been fine. But that would have cost too much money.
But like I say, we didn't win. It ain't nobody's fault. It's all our fault for not having a game plan. We're not having concerts and rallies. People want solutions. They want money in their pocket. They want the border secure. You know what I really want to do? I want to walk into a pharmacy and grab some toothpaste, grab some deodorant, and be out in 5 to 7 minutes. I don't want all the shit locked up.
Well, tell your black people to stop stealing it there, Charles.
I don't want to have to push a button and wait 15 minutes for somebody to come. I want people to stop running in stores and stop robbing people. That's crazy. And I don't want to hear progressive or whatever. If you out here robbing stores, we need to put an end to that shit. Stop stealing people's stuff. Stop running in, breaking windows, and stop shoplifting. And, man, I'm just sick of some of y'all. They won. I wish them luck. Do best for the American people, all of the American people. But this ain't a blame game. Joe Biden, man, you've been tremendous. I got nothing but admiration and respect.
Tremendous,
for you.
yeah.
It was time for you to pass the baton. You should have did it sooner. We can agree on that. But you passed it. But she should have had a better game plan going forward. Instead of bringing celebrities around, people want solutions. So, man, I'm just sick of it all. I'm glad it's over. Like I say, we lost. Shut the hell up. Come up with a better game plan going forward, period. And that was me now.
Yeah.
That was 100% me. I always tell y'all, Ernest too much of a nice guy. But that was 100% me.
You mean Ernest is a pussy?
A final answer. We need to have the mentality that no means find another way. No means
no means no.
Their leaders would refer to people that are moving through our justice system as hostages, and it's just unacceptable. I was there on January 6th. I've no doubt in my mind, Mark, that some people were caught up in the moment and that entered the Capitol, and they're certainly entitled to due process of law for any nonviolent activity.
They've been locked up for 4 years without a trial.
The assaults on police officers, ultimately an environment that claimed lives, is something that I think was tragic that day, and I'll never diminish it. President or any other.
Yeah, shut up, Mike Pence. The hell's in your closet?
I'm here. Even if they go through the removal procedures, even if a judge issues a final order, you still think there might be more due process, and you have no plan to remove them. And then when I ask you what the plan is, you say, oh, well, resources, I got to make finite decisions. I go back to my first question. How many ICE agents to remove the 1.2 million?
Congressman, I'd be pleased to provide you with a resourcing
data subsequent to this hearing, if I may.
When they had these hearings like this, somebody ought to walk in and put cuffs on him and drag him out.
And I think it's telling that you. I think it's telling that you got.
After it's just about over, they should come in there and put cuffs on him and drag him out.
Plans for pronouns, and you got plans for misinformation. But when it comes to the plan to remove the people that have had due process, you don't have one at all. Now, 800,000 people have encountered your CBP agents, and those folks have been released into the country. Like, some of those people are going to commit crimes, aren't they?
Congressman, may I have a moment to answer your questions?
Will some of the 800,000 commit crimes, yes or no?
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. And so the Americans who are the victims of the crimes for the people that you release in the country are collateral damage that you are willing to accept in order to have our border function as a turnstile. You're willing to accept that collateral damage.
Congressman, I couldn't disagree with you more. Let me give you, if I can, some data that will actually...
Well, more than the data, how about this? Well, how did it feel to you when you went to the border and the Border Patrol agents turned their back on you?
One Border Patrol agent turned his back on me, and I addressed that as
the
leader of the Department of Homeland Security. So if I can return to data, because I want to make sure that you have accurate information.
Everyone knows that you have more people coming in than ever, and you're removing fewer people than ever, and it's because you have no plan and because it's on purpose. See, I don't buy the theory that you don't know how to do this. I think you're actually a highly competent dude. But the reality is, your plan is to bring these people in and to send the message to the smugglers and the criminals that they will never have to leave. That's why your workforce turns their back on you. And you have tools that you could use to deport these people. You have facial recognition. You have flights going all over the country, dropping people off. And I think we ought to use the best tools in the country to find these folks, round them up like they were at the Capitol on January 6th, and deport every last one of them. I yield back.
Have been taken away from me, and it just keeps going. And I think I'm going to divorce my husband because he keeps taking my rights away from me.
I just said you couldn't have any more chickens.
Same thing.
What are you talking?
Same thing. So ever since Trump got elected, my rights have been taken away from me, and it just keeps going. And I think I'm going to divorce my husband because he keeps taking my rights away from me.
I just said you couldn't have any more chickens.
Same thing.
What are you talking?
Same thing. So ever.
Bye, your ass for real.
Winning by unanimous decision, Jake Paul.
Bye, your ass.
Coming up is in the Jewish Talmud,
right here.
Sanhedrin 54b, quote, a Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old. Is that really written?
That's in the Talmud.
It's in the Talmud. They can do it.
Really weird story. So this guy, his name is Cliff High. It was 1997. He developed this software program called WebBot, and what it would do, it would scan the entire internet, collect data, it would make predictions for the stock market. But then he delved into it a little more. It's just like, let's see like what else it can predict. In 2009, it came up with a prediction of the future that there was going to be a battle in the air with the military and UFOs, and that even UFOs would be fighting UFOs.
Whoa.
But there had to be a trigger to
set it in motion.
Yeah, set it in motion. It said that when this trigger happens, then 39 days later, this prediction will come true. Here's the crazy part. 2009. The trigger was Donald Trump would be interviewed by Joe Rogan.
Bro, no.
Nuh-uh.
No way, dude. That's crazy.
39 days. When did Trump get interviewed by Rogan?
And say to you right now is I know a hell of a lot more than the British public know. A hell of a lot more. I've been completely silenced. I dared the day after Southport to do a video to say, can we please know who this man is? Was he known to the authorities? Why do I feel we're not being told the truth? The level of demonisation I came under for that from both front benches was astonishing. From media commentators, demonisation on a level that I'd never even experienced. Now I'm told by the Speaker of the House of Commons, I can't ask questions about it in the House of Commons. Parliamentary privilege is out of the window. Even rumours today that the court case, which is due in January, every effort is being made to defer it. Right? Yeah, this is what's going on. We are witnessing one of the biggest cover-ups we've ever seen in our lives. And I won't say any more than that. I genuinely would never wish to be in contempt of court. I have respect for our legal system.
What's the legal system if they're making you be silent on something that the world should know?
Not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than most of the rest of the world.
He caught the ball and the baby. And he spilled some beer, not much. Hell yeah, that's a male athlete right there for you. Women couldn't do that shit. Pentagon misplaced $2.46 trillion.
The moon to your advantage. A full moon is very powerful. There are more police calls on a full moon than any other day of the month. The moon enhances our psyche, our internal state. If you are angry and a full moon comes around, this will be enhanced. And you will become a monster, a moon star, or a lunatic. Luna is the moon. On a full moon, you should be visualizing, thinking and feeling the desired reality you want, because your intent, thoughts and emotions are more powerful on a full moon. This is why if you type in witches, they're always next to a full moon.
People are riding
because this is the best time to cast a spell.
Oh, that's bullshit. Tyson went along with that script
28-day
that
cycle
was put out there by his handlers. Who are they? I don't you tell me who they are. I don't know. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Security Council had a meeting yesterday, and Ray McGovern spoke to it. He is a former member of the CIA, and he testified in support of Seymour Hersh's article on the United States bombing Nord Stream pipeline. If it is proven that the United States bombed the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, as has been asserted by Seymour Hersh and his article, will you call for the United States to acknowledge and admit that that was an act of war against Germany and Russia? And I'm asking this because this may be the only way to prevent the rest of us from being killed in a thermonuclear war. And I don't want to be fried. Don't you think the media should be reporting on whether or not this is true? And don't you think you should be inquiring into whether or not this is true?
Well, thank you for the question. One, I've got no information to suggest that the United States was involved in bombing the Nord Stream pipeline.
Because you weren't briefed on it.
Sir, you got your chance to ask a question.
You weren't given information because he explicitly says you weren't briefed on it. Shouldn't you inquire?
So here's what I'll say about, I think, President Biden's leadership generally as it relates to the Ukraine and Russia.
We committed an act of war. What are you doing to respond to that? We have to hold Biden accountable. Listen, you're from Brooklyn, right? You know when to call bullshit when you see it. So do I. This is bullshit right now. And I see what's happening right now. That does not silence me. You can hear me right now. I want you to say something about the bombing, because we're all going to die from a nuclear war right now unless you stop it and you at least put and inquire into whether or not it's true. This war in Ukraine is going to leave us all dead. So what are you going to do? Because you need to inquire. I'm a New Yorker too.
Here's what I'll say.
Say it.
We're going to continue to stand with the Ukrainian people.
That's fucking bullshit. Do not do that. You will end us all dead.
In this war against
We need peace. We need talks.
Because
why are you sabotaging talks? Do not put your hands on me. We need peace talks. I am not going to take this. We need peace talks.
It's a
You
battle
are leaving,
between
listen.
democracy
Did you even read the
and
allegations?
autocracy. It's a
No.
battle between
How
truth
about
and
accountability?
propaganda.
Not
And
airheadedness.
it's a battle between
Okay? How
tyranny
about
and
bridges,
freedom.
not bombs?
And democracy,
Okay? How about
truth, and freedom
conversations,
will
not
prevail.
cremation?
And the United States is going to help make sure
Diplomacy,
that happens.
not destruction. How about that?
I want to ask
How
you to
about it?
join me
You
for round of
goddamn airhead, you're gonna kill us.
Yeah, fuck the Hakeem Jeffers.
Them coming together.
Yeah.
And out of the vortices, we've attached now arms. But the 4 of these will now come together and lift this 50-pound barrel.
Yeah.
And then 5 of them will come together and pick up the 5 collected barrels because of their collected thrust.
Right. This is a whole new form of flight.
Entirely new form of flight, tangential flight, the ability to fly around your own center of mass, something they've never been able to accomplish with just 6 props. But this was low-hanging fruit from the linchpin. I wasn't trying to build flight vehicles. I was just trying to prove, I was like, if this is the fractal, I said we should be able to put props in those pentagonal areas, and it should have tangential flight.
Right.
And the drone community hated me. They were like, how dare you hit us with something like this? And even though I made a gift for $25,000, a reward for anybody that was able to build the flight simulator with this, they were like, there were people that were saying, you can't, it's not possible to accomplish that. And within 2 weeks, we had it done.
Yeah.
By putting it out into the universe. And now these 5, so this is the end of cranes, or this will be able to greatly assist in how we do construction and lifting and bringing things home. And they're all autonomous.
Yeah, y'all, happy Saturday. Henny on the rock. Happy Saturday, everybody. Peace out. Enjoy your night.
Shower time with Stewart is getting started, fellas. All right, we got him in here, ladies and ladies. They're all ladies, Stewart. They're all ladies. What you been doing today, Stewart? Are you real sweaty today? Well, these are the questions that they're wanting to know. How dirty are you? How dirty are you, Stewart? They're wanting to know, are you boxer or brief?
Not now, man.
Or do you wear boxers or brief?
I can't do this.
No, they want to know that. This is what they're asking. I don't know if he's boxers or brief. I don't know. Huh? What? Them are briefs. No, them are boxers. Yeah, them boxers. He's got boxers over there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, ladies and ladies. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to misgender none of y'all. What are you doing?
Thinking about what I need to make my hooch.
Make what?
Make my hooch, you know how to do it.
Well, you don't really have to. But they can. You're not blocking anything off. They can see everything, Stuart. You're out there like you're in a field running down the side of the mountain. Do you want us to play some of that music from what's her name? What was that? The lady sang on the side of the mountain. What was it? The Sound of Music. That was it. I've been alive like dream, and she was like this spinning around on the side of the mountain.
I'm not doing
out there with in the grass and stuff.
No.
You don't want to do that? Need to see Stuart's face. Bubbles from New Orleans wants us to get a picture of you.
Dude,
we're gonna post that on his board.
Hey, that's that crazy man with the shirt off.
We're gonna take different pictures of you.
No, we're not.
No, I'm talking about like when you're dressed and stuff that we can put on your board.
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
And there's going to be a question mark on there that's going to say, do you want to shower with Stewart or do you want to go to the outhouse?
Oh my God.
They said they don't care as long as you're butt naked. They don't care.
These people,
Something's wrong with them, Stewart.
Hell or jail. What's going to happen?
But I don't know what's wrong with them.
And I'm done this place with, I'm finished here. I'm about one more fucking crazy shit away from a halfway house.
Halfway house?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have consistently denied the Holocaust happened. You have called it a lie. And I'm just curious, I have some photos. These are dead bodies from a German concentration camp taken by the Associated Press. Mr. President, is this photo fabricated? Is this photo a lie?
No. I'm asking you a different question. There are many historical events, similar historical events. Why is this one in particular so important to you?
Because you're denying it happened.
But in World War II, 60 million people were killed. Why are we just focusing on this special group alone?
That's right.
We're sorry for all the 60 million people that lost their lives equally. All of them were human beings. And it doesn't matter whether they were Christians or Jews or Buddhists or Muslims. They were killed. So we're sorry for everyone.
Facts. Why are you breaking out and defending just that one group of people there? Because your bosses told you to. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask? Stuart, did you graduate high school?
Yes.
He did graduate high school.
I did.
Have you ever been married, Stuart?
Yes.
He has been married. Were you married to a biological female or a transgender? Which one? Well, that's what they're asking. I don't know. I don't know.
I can't do all that because I don't live like that.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking. I'm just reading the questions, man. I'm assuming that since he's getting upset about it, it was a biological female.
Crazy, man.
What other questions? Do you have any children?
Yeah, 4.
He's got 4 children. How do they accept you in your new lifestyle? Brokeback Mountain. What the hell? They're talking about. Have you ever seen that movie? That's where them 2 cowboys was making love to each. The 2 cowboys was making love to each other in the tent on the mountain.
I could have watched it, but I didn't watch it. I don't watch it.
And that was Brokeback. That was I think that was Backshot Mountain. No, that was the Cape Horn. Backshot Mountain. I don't know.
We're not doing that.
They said, have you ever rode a horse?
I have.
Your name ain't Trigger. He said his name's Trigger. Bubbles is saying, do you please yourself nicely? Nicely. Do you please yourself? Is that nightly or nicely?
I don't do any of that, my friend. Okay?
What do you think about when you touch yourself?
I don't do any of that.
Man, they got some good questions coming in tonight, Stuart.
They're going right out, Stuart.
Stuart.
No.
Stuart, they're wanting to say if they get a bus ticket. If they get a bus ticket to New York, would you come up there?
No.
You wouldn't travel to New York?
No, I will not.
He said he will not travel to New York. What would it take for you to travel to New York? They're asking what it would take you.
6 weeks ago, Asheville, North Carolina got absolutely annihilated by one of the worst floods this area has ever seen, and also by one of the worst.
That's so sad.
You said you need to buy a car?
Yeah, I need a car.
He said he needs his own transportation and he'll drive up there. He don't want to ride the bus.
You can buy the car from you.
So sad.
Look, what you give?
I think we have one of the lowest mortality rates.
Chris Wallace has been fired by CNN. Never forget when President Trump fact-checked Wallace during an interview.
Sir, we're going to take a look. We had 900.
CNN's had to fire a lot of people.
Deaths in a single day.
We will take a look.
This week.
Ready?
You can check it out.
Please get me the mortality rate.
Yeah.
Kaylee's right here. I heard we have one of the lowest, maybe
Not
the
Chris
lowest
Hansen.
mortality rate anywhere in the world. Do you have the
You're
number?
talking about Chris Hansen that does the predator thing, where he pops up out of the room and goes, "Hey, can you sit down? We need to have a talk."
Numbers, please? Because I heard we had the best mortality rate.
The case-based epidemiology is accurate, as Dr. Burke points out, and this is
Number one low mortality rate. I hope you show the scenario because it shows what fake news is all about. Okay, go
I don't
ahead.
think I'm fake news, but we'll put
Well, there you were.
we'll put our stats
You
on.
said we had the worst mortality rate in the world,
I
and we
said
have
you
the
had-
best. I think we have
Well,
one of the
then-
low.
Wallace was.
Trump's all right, though, huh? He ain't even know where that happened.
Smells like springtime. What flavor soap is that you got over there now?
I don't have flavor, bro.
Well, what kind of? It's got a fragrance. What kind of fragrance is that?
You're not embarrassed. It's a shot.
Huh?
Cheap stuff. The old body wash in there.
Well, it's like a pine tree.
Bill, I'm trying to get, I don't think answer all them homo questions you got.
Well, that's, well, how's that a homo question asking what kind of soap that is?
Because they guys want to know.
Well, they just want their inquiring minds is what they call that.
No.
He don't do the. Is that a soap bar?
No. I got body spit.
He's got body wash.
I'm trying to do it now.
What's the name of the body wash?
Swab.
Huh?
Swab.
Swab?
Swab.
Oh, Swab body wash. Swab.
Yeah.
What fragrance is it?
It don't tell you, Bill.
Is that lavender?
It's fucking.
They said get some lavender out.
Fuck that. There's no lavender going on here.
Lavender makes you sleepy.
I sleep. I sleep pretty good, but I gotta work sometimes to stay up late, and I gotta watch the fucking door, make sure they shut the lights off. And,
How late was he in there last night?
I went to sleep about 2 o'clock, and they were still in there.
Okay, this is coming from Corn Dog. He wants to know what would you.
Corn Dog. This motherfucker.
He wants to know what you would do for a Klondike bar. You know what a Klondike bar is?
Yeah, I did that when I can tell.
Yeah, he said, what would you do for one?
Nothing.
He said nothing.
I'm a diabetic.
He's diabetic. Said Bubbles from New Orleans said he bet Stewart loves Twinkies because of the cream filling.
Oh my God, dude. They're going to hell. Or jail. 1, 2. Somebody going somewhere.
They say you like them because of the cream filling. Do you like fried food?
No, let's listen to Trump.
Well, hold on a minute. I'm reading questions now. Do you like fried food?
No.
You don't like fried food? Are you a vegetarian?
No.
Oh, so you like meat in your mouth?
Oh, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
That was a good one, man.
Yeah, that's an old.
They're wanting to know how your gag reflex is. They said, do you have a gag reflex?
I don't know. I ain't never
He said he never had nothing gag him yet.
They make me stutter now.
I ain't making you stutter. Y'all are upsetting him with these questions while he's trying to do his work in there.
I ain't doing no work. He's washing myself up.
He said he's washing himself up. He's getting clean because he likes to be clean.
That's right. I got have it every day. I do this before I eat food.
They want to know about what kind of.
I don't care what they want to know about.
Well, they want to know. Well, I'm just asking the questions that they're writing now. Come on. What kind of maintenance do you do downstairs?
These people are shut the fuck up.
I think he shaves. I don't know.
Shabbos. You don't keep Shabbos? Wus. You don't keep Shabbos.
Did you
don't
vote
keep
Trump?
Shabbos. It's a Chilul Hashem.
Yes.
This is Chilul Hashem, bud. Chilul Hashem. Why are you here on Shabbos?
You didn't vote, but you said yes.
You don't know Shabbos. Hi. Hi, Mom.
He said he would have voted Trump, but he didn't
Part of the
vote.
resistance? Are you Jewish also? Part of the resistance?
Zionist terrorist.
Zionist terrorist.
Yeah.
Alright, I look like a terrorist.
Yeah, Zionist terrorist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Zionist terrorist.
You also think I'm a terrorist?
Absolutely.
So why you have a mask on? Why'd you hide your
Bubbles
face?
wants to know, do you wash your butthole with a cloth or your finger?
Stick her hand in her own butthole. How about that? How about that?
He says stick your hand in your own butthole.
Caught you on camera before, so you can take off your mask. Hello, Shabbos. You're not about
I got you, right?
Not keeping the Shabbos.
I'm all over. I'm not worried about it. If I had something to be embarrassed, I would hide my face. I'm sorry?
You can go away if you're done harassing.
Harassing? Not harassing. I'm asking questions. Why are you covering your face?
You're not speaking the name of Judaism.
You speak in the name of Judaism?
Terrorist.
You?
Yes.
You speak in the name of Judaism?
We know the halachas of Shabbos.
You know the halachas of Shabbos?
Yes, you know.
Corn dog wants to know, do you like corn dogs with mustard? Or what do you eat on your corn dogs? Do you use ketchup or mustard?
I don't like it.
You don't like corn dogs? I like corn dogs.
I don't like it.
I use ketchup and mustard on mine.
There you like you now. There you go.
Well, no, I'm talking about real corn dogs. He's talking about his penis.
Yeah, I know. See that?
Holding a phone.
See how y'all do. I'm just reading the question.
You're standing against your own people on Saturday. You're standing against your own people on Saturday.
You'll be in here, but you're not supposed to hold
Right.
any devices. Oh, what a hypocrite.
What a hypocrite. Yeah, who said I was religious?
This is religion. This is clothes.
This is clothing. Yes. How'd you get here? How'd you get here?
Why are you having
Your foot,
fun?
yes.
Walking. How did you get here?
I came by foot.
Yeah, you have a machine.
I walked.
Why are you holding a phone?
Because I'm not religious. I'm not religious.
You're nothing to do.
I want to know, do you play cornhole?
But you keep the Shabbos.
Yes, we
You,
keep the Shabbos.
how do you keep the Shabbos? By coming to protest?
Yes.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
Been
protest on
gargling over
Shabbos.
there.
No, you're not allowed to.
I wouldn't do that noise. Stuart. I wouldn't do that on camera. That gargling shit, man. That's turning these fellas on. Chapman's. Hello?
You don't know.
Yeah, you're not
Like
allowed to
get ready to
protest on
sing in there,
Shabbos. You're
gargling.
supposed to be in shul. You're not supposed to protest on Shabbos. Oh, so you come to protest on Shabbos.
If the Zionists are coming out, they have to come here.
The Zionists.
Say that you are not a Jew.
Wait, so wait, do you live in Israel? You have any family lives in Israel?
I have family. Israel, they're
Oh, so you live in Israel and you live in so you live on Israel. You live in Israel.
I design this
You live in Israel. You take advantage of Israel.
Palestine, not in Israel.
Palestine, yes, Palestine. Palestine.
Hey, they got a function down the street. The cars are moving this way.
Huh?
They got a function going towards Blackwell.
Here we go. Get those measles. Looking good. Say what your mother gave ya.
I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it.
Get those measles.
Check it out.
Hi guys. Sorry I'm late.
My size living has been a while. Are you ready for what comes next, John? Join John Durham Private. The only way to join this channel is through an invite link. Boom, hit him. Second coming of the Lord.
Different ciphers speak language. It's just that on Q,
already
on
there?
drop 40, Q drop 40, this is where we were given A as 1, Z.
They want to know if your belly button's an innie or an outie.
Well, guess what? I'm not saying that.
He said he's not telling you. Maybe we could do that on the calendar. We could catch him and put a picture of that on the calendar. What month would that be? The midriff shot for the calendar. What month would that be? We can get him on like the hood of the car over there, or like, look, Stuart, you got some like real short shorts,
No, I don't.
like some booty shorts.
Fuck that.
We could like take a from the camera guy would be on the ground. You could be like climbing in a truck.
That's gonna be a negative. It's gonna be a good old negative on that one, dude.
What about these are just ideas that's coming to me. What about you in there with a welding helmet on,
No, sir.
with your shirt off?
No, I don't think so. I'm shot out. I'm burned out. Yep, I'm burned out.
Oh,
Too many questions about homos.
Bubbles is saying I miss shitting with Stuart. Bring it back. Okay. He's got real shy. I gotta get some cameras out here in the woods.
Oh my God.
So I can catch him. The infrared cameras, you can see everything on them infrareds, even when he cuts the lights off.
Is 26. This is the cipher we're supposed to use. A is 1, Z is 26. For the
You could be standing there with a wrench in your hand, put like some grease on your face like you've been working hard all day.
Yep. I'm calling social worker.
Calling social workers.
this particular operation, but you can use all the different.
We ain't getting the authorities involved in this, Stuart.
It's about the survival.
Have you ever caught a dorkfish? What is a dorkfish? What is that, Stuart?
I have no idea what they're talking about, sir.
Have you ever caught a dorkfish?
I don't know what that is yet.
Oh,
I don't know what that is
States
either.
of America.
This is some terminology you should read up on this stuff.
No, sir, I'm not.
Well, you gotta stay appraised of what your community is talking about.
I don't have
Well, the actually
You do now.
the world. Trump said in that video, it said this video will get Donald Trump elected. It was 5 minutes and 49 seconds. He did it before the election. It says we've reached the crossroads of humanity.
Right.
That's what he said. So he
Right.
knows exactly what this is about. This isn't about putting Hillary in jail and getting some jobs.
Well,
This is
that's what we're talking about doing a
this is
calendar
about
for.
to win for the planet. We taking back.
We're just trying to come up with
dark
ideas.
to light.
Right. Right, Dr.
Of,
So,
like the shots for the
the
month.
manifestation of Jesus Christ.
I was wondering,
mean,
I was thinking
Go ahead.
about if the great, wouldn't it be funny if the
You got
great
any, like,
awakening
half-cut
was that
shirts?
everybody wakes up and realize they're a complete
You know, you
fucking
take like a,
asshole. And so was their dad and their
like a
grandpa
jersey
and
and
their
cut it
great
in
grandpa
half,
and everybody else they
right there
ever
above
knew
your
in their
belly
whole
button,
fucking life,
and then
their
that way
whole
we can
life,
take that. And that
family.
could be your.
Nothing but a complete
we can find out if it's an
asshole.
innie or an outie.
And a dirty bastard on top of that. Wouldn't that be the greatest
Well-
awakening ever? And I think it's
Well-
going to be something like that.
Butch says
It's actually
you
going to
catch
be
them
better
on
than
a
that. It's actually
catch
they're going to wake up
dorkfish
to
on a
the
corn
fact
dog.
that there was
Yeah, Butch.
the devil.
That's his name.
He's
Butch.
been
Well, that's-
eliminated off this
I don't
planet.
think these are all their real names.
And for a period of time, and the Great
I ain't
Awakening
never heard
is about
nobody
the
call
second
Bubbles.
coming. That's what it's about, and it's hard for people to understand. But if you know the gematria, it tells you a language. Trump's telling you, Q's telling you, they're telling you. They told you it was the greatest story ever told.
Daisy
Now, there's
Dukes
only
and a
one
crop
way that's
top.
possible.
Yeah.
They said,
That's the half cut
wait
shirt,
till
right?
you learn
Crop top.
who is talking to you here.
And the Daisy
Who
Dukes. You got some
is
boots?
46, so W is 23.
Hey, you got them work boots over
H
there.
is 8, O is 15, that's 23.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
am the
saying. You can
beginning
put
and
your
the
shorts
end.
on with them.
The beginning is I am. I am
And
the
like
beginning
you
and the
can,
end. I am is 23.
Put your foot up on the
N
tire.
is 23.
Big truck
E is
tire.
5.
With the
N is
hood up like
14,
you're looking
that's
in the
19,
engine.
and D is 4, that's 23. I am the beginning and the end.
What
which
about
is
what
46.
about you could get on
Who
that
is
creeper
46?
over there?
They said wait till you learn who
You
has
get
been
on that
talking
creeper
to
and like
you.
have the bottom half of your body
So they're
hanging out
telling
in
you.
front of the truck.
It's just in code. It's just in this code that most people don't know.
A
They said
glory
they have
hole.
more than you know behind you. That was when we were still in the Q drop.
Feet pics. They want feet pics.
And so this is on drop 40.
Pictures of your feet.
I mean, right out of the gate, they told you, that, you know, what you needed. And it's, God communicates through numbers, and then they speak in these languages, and you're supposed to figure it out. Like Trump went on, 33 years ago, Trump went on the Oprah show, and she said, hey, Donald, do you think you're ever going to run for president? He
Corn
said,
Dog says
probably
you got
not.
to definitely have
Probably
feet
he's 91.
pics in the calendar.
Not is 49. Hey, Oprah,
Yeah.
why don't you ask him again and see what he really said? Hey, Donald, do you think you're ever going to run for president? POTUS, yes. 91, 49. That's what he said. POTUS, yes. It comes to 140. Child trafficking, 140. Trump won 100 chess tournaments in Europe before he was 40. He's one of the highest ranked U.S. chess players all time. People have no idea who they're messing with. He's a shark in a goldfish tank. Throw more goldfish in, he just gets stronger. Doesn't matter. He's literally not only doing more than any president's ever done in a 4-year period, when, you know, if you want to count that 4 years. And then he did stuff behind the scenes nobody knows about that they're going to find out about pretty soon. And he's facing 95% negative press from the prostitutes, the horse from the 1% globalist pimps. And he's playing every swamp monster on the planet in 5D chess.
I like to correct that.
Let me call him there.
Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings.
He's got flip-flops on now.
Yes, there's a lot to not like.
Hey, Dave's won't know where the keys are. Dave's won't know where the keys are for that truck. All right, he said he's been calling you. You ain't answering. He said the driver's over here. You got him with you? Yeah. All right, are you
Already
here?
About the new regime, but maybe take 1 week.
All right, he's out front. Okay.
A top priority. I always have, and I always will.
We're saving you 40% by starting to charge $9 in enter Manhattan instead of $15 as we originally planned. This lower toll will save daily commuters nearly $1,500 annually. How about you stop charging people to come into downtown?
Fight to put more money in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers.
Katie Hochul.
That's what.
21-year-old man was fatally shot by police after attacking an officer with a machete during an undercover operation.
What do they expect?
Suspect was identified as 21-year-old Shahud Richmond from Gary, Indiana. Gary police were investigating a surge in robberies connected to social media. This guy was like, people would meet him on to buy shit off of Marketplace or something, and he'd rob them. Yeah, they shot the shit out of him.
Hey, how's it going? You got PlayStation?
PlayStation, he was buying a PlayStation. Yeah, killed the shit out of him. That's what should happen to him. Stuart, are you Snippet? Snippet? What is Snippet? S-N-I-P-T, what's that? He's trying to cut his damn head off. Tried to cut his damn head off. Oh, he's robbing him. They shot the shit out of him, though. House locked on the car door. Look. Hello. Are you calling about shower time with Stuart? Are you calling about shower time? Hold on a minute. This line right here is strictly for shower time with Stuart. Would you like to ask Stuart a question? Would you? Would you like to ask him a question? This is Punjabi. This is the Indian guy.
No, sir.
From New Delhi.
Yeah.
New Delhi. That's in India. Hold on a minute. We got some more questions coming in. It says, are you circumcised or not? That's the question. He said he's not going to answer that question. He said you got to find out when you buy the OnlyFans page of A Day in the Life of Stewart.
You ain't up no OnlyFans, have you?
We are. We're getting it. We're getting it ready. We can put the naked stuff on the OnlyFans though. This right here we got to blur out.
There ain't gonna be no naked stuff.
It's all naked. You're in the shower. What do you mean ain't gonna be no naked stuff? You're in there naked. Cost a fortune to drive across that Lincoln Tunnel between New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, Hudson River.
What happened?
Well, I gotta tell you, Maria, I never thought I would make international news for being a Florida man kicked out of a restaurant over my conservative values, but that's exactly what happened. But what happened is some friends of mine, some people that I'm...
You said your silence speaks volumes? When you don't answer the questions, you know when you say you're not going to answer?
Yeah.
They're saying, so that makes your mind run wild when they ask you a question and you don't answer them, then their mind starts going everywhere. So it's best to address the question.
I'm not.
I'm
not
just
talking to crazy people. Though. You do it. You like.
You're not going to talk to crazy people. How do you know these people are crazy?
Because the questions they ask and shit they want to know about a stranger. And now
it's because they just watch you take a shower.
Because that's weird too. Okay, that's crazy.
Why is that weird?
Because, dude, we ain't raised like that.
You ain't never watched nobody take a shower?
Yeah, my girlfriend or something.
Well, there you go.
But we was in there. We was in it to win it.
Well, they're in there to win it.
I'm not in it for that.
Now I don't know if you're touching yourself while you're in there.
Go back in there.
Are you touching yourself while you're in there?
No.
Because that's just encouraging them. If you're doing that now.
I'm totally not doing that.
Are you like posing in there like this?
Bill, we all know better than that shit.
Calling about the Medicare Advantage enrollment. Yeah, Butch.
November 16th,
Total
2024, and I'm standing here in the InfoWars studios. The historic studios have been here 16 years in South Austin. And I just wanted to point out to all the viewers out there that, as you know...
Did you save half of your hamburger? For later on,
Yeah, I saved it earlier than I ate it again.
Oh, you don't eat it all?
Uh-huh.
Well, that come from your group. They sent you that hamburger. Why is that gonna make you pass out? They wanting to feed you. They said you're a little skinny. Yeah. They said you need to get some curves on you.
Some curves?
Yeah, you know girls got curves.
Hey, Bob. What are you doing curves, Bob? Is that it?
They said you need some curves on you.
Make us forget shit.
They said you got a flat ass.
Good.
Notice now, finally, corporate media is reporting that not only did the judge halt the sale of InfoWars at Auction of the Onion, but that the sale did not go through. It was not an auction. It was a private, secret sale masquerading as an auction. And I can tell you we've now gotten all the auction materials and the rules, and none of it was followed. That means federal law was not followed. And it gets worse than that. The Sandy Hook families put a placeholder in their bid that no matter how high our bid went, the Patriots were trying to buy it, it would kick in magically the $1.5 billion judgment they have on me that's fake and on appeal to magically match that, but the people bidding would never know that no matter how big their bid, this funny money that didn't exist would then beat them.
He ain't in here, he left, he's gone.
Did you just hear what I just said? Now, they had earlier regular auction rules and a regular auction house doing it, and it was going to be online and anybody could bid, but 2 days before they said, no, new rules, just sealed bid the day of, that's it. And then we find out it was all prearranged and pre-agreed. It's all coming out. For all of you celebrating the InfoWars, the rest of it, you're in for a very, very big rude awakening. The deep state, the Justice Department's running all of this. It's the Justice Department trustee that's been doing this. And it was the last trustee tried to close the doors out of quarter before. He got fired back on June 14th. Remember that? And they just think it's Alex Jones, open season. He's a villain. He's Lex Luthor. We can do whatever we want to him. Well, the truth is I'm not a villain. But even if I was, I have due process here in America. So I told you it wasn't a real sale on Wednesday and Thursday. I told you that Friday. Now it's all over the news. And these people have some serious issues to deal with. It's a gun control group, the Democratic Party using the Onion as a front group. They admitted that on Good Morning America on Friday. They're very proud of it. And he was Stephanopoulos said, well, how can the smaller bid win? And he goes, well, it's Alex Jones.
Overnight, the judge in charge of this put a hold on your purchase, raising questions about the process, raising questions about transparency in the bidding process. What do you make of that? Are you confident this is still going to go through?
Yeah, look, we won the bid. We own InfoWars, and we are very excited about that.
But is it true that you didn't have the highest bid?
We did have the highest bid when you take into account the family's concessions here. They made a concerted effort to make this the best and highest bid for everybody involved. So we're very excited to take that over. And look, it's Alex Jones.
Jail, if not both.
If he just handled this graciously and moved away, that would be the funniest part of this whole situation. Obviously, that is not something that he's going to do in the situation.
So you're confident this is going to go through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex Jones, I mean, come on, you do anything you want to that guy. You can walk up to him in the street and, spit on his face. You take his property, just do whatever you want to him. He doesn't have due process. And that's what the U.S. trustees said when they were trying to take my name into bankruptcy and sell it a few months ago. The federal judge said he couldn't. He said the 13th Amendment is not applied to Alex Jones. That's in the filing. Look it up in Bloomberg. And the 13th Amendment is the prohibition against slavery and indentured servitude. We fought the Civil War over it. So these people are out of their minds, and they just thought they would just do this and nobody would know or nobody would check or nobody would talk about it. And so this is a big, big, big deal. It's crazy. And the Onion guy said he was going to basically masquerade as me and take my identity and put out stories in my name and make me look like a fool. You can't transfer somebody's likeness. You have to license that. That's federal law. That's totally adjudicated. But they don't care. They're on national TV saying it. They're also on TV saying, we didn't want money. We just want to shut him down. Well, the law says, even if your judgment was real and won the Supreme Court, which is not, that money is the only thing you can get civilly. You don't get to put me in a gas chamber. You don't get to put me in hard labor busting rocks. You don't get to send me to Siberia. So that's another giant issue they've got. But remember, it's now come out that they pledged fiat money in a cash-ordered auction that's in the judge's order, fiat judgment out in the future, and then you don't tell the bidders that even if they were to have the original auction where people could try to outbid somebody, you'd never know there was an unlimited amount of fiat monopoly money to beat that. Boy, what's that sound like to me? I mean, this thing is so fraudulent, such a scam. I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around it. I mean, every level of it. There wasn't an auction, secret private sale for not even a derivative, like when a bank sells your mortgage 15 times, and it's all just made up. I mean, this is beyond Sam Bankman-Fried and what he did. At least there was something as a basis there. This is next level, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot more is coming out. I'm going to stop right there. I mean, you're not going to believe it, okay? There's federal laws, though, about people working with people's bids and then telling about other people's bids and then changing them and then putting it on record. See, that's the thing. They think like if they put this stuff on record, it's somehow okay. No, that's worse. So wait till it all comes out. Oh, it's coming out. And just everybody out there, keep laughing at Alex Jones. Again, I didn't need InfoWars to keep operating. I don't need this equipment to keep operating. I care about the crew and things like that. But now they want my identity and they say they're going to make fun of me and act like it's me and confuse people about my message with chupacabras and space aliens and Bigfoot. with my website that they were going to buy with my future earnings they haven't even gotten a right to get yet? Not a final judgment. This is all cut and dry. So let me give you a quick tour. I mean, not to show the whole place. Nobody's up here today, really. We're up here. All the crew taking their personal stuff off the walls. I told them we'd be back, but they didn't listen. They all grabbed their stuff and ran. This is my main studio in here where I broadcast out of. And I was back here Friday night. We were supposed to get kicked out of the building Thursday. But see, it's not that they let me back in my building. They didn't have a right. There was no auction. You see? So there was no auction. Like I told you.
Stuart, all right, I got some more
questions. The judge
questions.
didn't hold up the auction.
They asked some extra questions. Hold up, let me find out. Do you stick it in the mashed potatoes? I told you that silence, man. It makes it. Yes or no?
No.
He said no. He don't stick it in the mashed potatoes. Hold on a second. We got more questions.
He said in court there was not an auction. Because an auction is where it's public and people can to the highest bidder. That's the definition. And now the press is finally reporting that. So here we are on Saturday afternoon in the building. You see a lot of cool stuff hanging on the walls around here. But here we are. And I love the crew. But I told them, I said, this is a fraudulent sale. We're still going to be here. You don't have to grab your equipment, your personal equipment. You don't have to grab your stuff. Watch, this is a fraud. And a lot of the crew believe me. Some of them said, no. I know the law, people. That's why we're back here. This was cut and dry what they did. So we were in here last night doing an emergency broadcast over our system, and it's still ours. Okay? The Onion didn't buy InfoWars. That's come out now. Now here's something really important. I'm countersuing these people. We've already did it a month ago. The news hadn't covered it. I don't want you to know how much trouble they're in. I need your support. You want me to keep fighting. They want us off the air. The bad guys want us off the air for a reason because we're effective. We tell the truth. So go to thealexshowstore.com. Get rate T-shirts, supplements, all that stuff. If you have a member,
yeah, go buy some of his supplements. Classified document confirms beyond a shadow of a doubt Barack Obama personally authorized one of the greatest criminal conspiracies in United history. Russia collusion hoax to tie Donald Trump.
Reporting from our team over at the White House. Peter Alexander is still standing by. Peter, what can you tell us?
Chris, this is some breaking news that Kristen Welker and myself have now confirmed. According to at least 3 former Obama administration officials, we have now confirmed that President Trump, during that 90-minute Oval Office meeting that took place with President Obama here at the White House less than 48 hours after President Trump won, when he was then President-elect Trump, was warned by President Obama against hiring Mike Flynn. This is a piece of information that has not been reported before. It is notable because, as we have heard from President Trump over the course of the last several days and weeks, attacking the Obama administration as recent as today with those tweets, attacking the Obama administration effectively for hiring Mike Flynn. It's notable that the Obama administration, the president ultimately had fired Flynn. He was then serving at the DIA at the time, but that this information was provided to Donald Trump in that closed forum. Another element of that conversation we know about is that President Obama warned then President-elect Trump about the concerns regarding North Korea. All of this, the backdrop for Sally Yates' testimony to take place later this afternoon. We have reached out to the White House for any response. We have not yet heard back, but when we do, we will report that to you. Again, just to be very clear about this, NBC News has now learned from at least 3 former Obama administration officials that President Obama, at the time, it was on Thursday, November 10th, warned then President-elect Donald Trump against hiring Mike Flynn.
I have a timeline here that shows that in August 7th, 2014, he retires from the Army after 33 years. Then in August of 15, he first meets Donald Trump. And then just a month later, you've got Stefan Halper, who you just referenced, awarded an Office of Net Assessments contract valued at $245,000. He was paid that much money to study Russia and China. Lee Smith, tell us about that.
Yeah, Maria, thanks very much for mentioning Halper, because I believe that he's actually the center of the Russiagate operation, and we first see him start to appear as he is targeting General Flynn. And now we understand, as Ms. Powell's work on behalf of General Flynn has shown, why the deep state, why they needed to target General Flynn, because he understood the kinds of programs that they were using and how they were misspending their money, and Halper is representative
Well,
of that.
he was paid $244,000 to write a study on China and Russia.
Right.
Is that the kind of money that one gets paid for something like that?
I mentioned this a bit in my book, and as it turns out, Mr. Halper's his research is subpar, and no, this appears to have been money that was allocated for other purposes.
Fabricated evidence, and they lied to the courts, and they did all sorts of things to have it go their way. And this was something that we can never allow to happen again. The report actually, and especially when you look into it, and the details of the report are far worse than anything I would have even imagined. What they were doing and what they would have done if I didn't make a certain move that was a very important move, because it would have been even worse if that's possible.
I think that certain move he did where he turned it over to the military.
And they might have been able to succeed. This was an overthrow of government. This was an attempted overthrow, and a lot of people were in on it, and they got caught. They got caught red-handed, and I look forward to the Durham report, which is coming out in the not-too-distant future. It's got his own information, which is this information plus. And it's an incredible thing that happened, and we're lucky we caught him. I think I'm going to put this down as one of our great achievements, because what we found and what we saw, never, ever should this happen again.
Old man flies homemade helicopter for the first time without having any flying experience. Oh yeah, that can't be real.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit, dude!
Shut it off! Shut it off!
How high was
It's
it?
just been some metal. All that matters is you're okay.
Oh.
It wasn't that great.
You gassed on it.
That's great.
What?
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit, dude!
When Trump said he caught them all, he meant Elon Musk says there will be consequences for those who push foreign interference hoaxes. The hammer of justice is coming.
Hyenas. They're barking at him, laughing at him. They never stop.
Who are the Skull and Bones?
On October 9th, 1701, Yale University.
All right there, fellas. We appreciate y'all being over here hanging out with us. And Stuart, appreciate y'all too stopping by to check him out in the shower. He said, if you don't mind, sub, so he can get a hamburger tomorrow. We'd appreciate it. And we will holler at him when we're going to holler at him, Jamie. Later.
It looks like you lost another